I know.
Oh.
That's why I was making little sounds to the song that you were singing,
I see.
I see.
and nobody was reacting, and because I muted myself. I was like, Birdcage? No? Nobody saw Birdcage? No? Okay.
Oh, yeah. He worked
That's
hard
amazing.
for the money.
Exactly.
Fucking love Hank Azaria.
I was doing that, and you didn't hear it, and obviously weren't reacting to it.
Damn.
Yes. Message only works when you unmute yourself, Maddie.
I know, right? Yeah.
Fucking
Can
love the
folks at home hear
Birdcage.
us? Because I know we're live right now.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, by the way, Dana, you're right. That opener is lit as fuck. I've watched it a million times. Also, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 31. What the fuck? 31 of these motherfuckers?
31.
Episode
Holy crap.
31 of
This is the time when Zoom craps out because we're all shouting Duval.
Dragons!
And dragons. And pseudo dragons.
Lizards.
And lizards.
Lizards.
And druids.
Friendship and druids.
All the things.
Oh my
And
god.
the buddy system.
And that
Fully to the buddy
follows.
system.
And buttholes.
And there it is. I was waiting for it. So yes, happy to be back here with you on a lovely Sunday evening that is shockingly cold in Florida. We don't like that. And for the record, I know what Chris is about to say. 50 degrees is cold. Yeah, it's cold.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I know. I'm just speaking for you today for some reason.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Taking the words out of my mouth. Okay.
Jacob's
Yeah.
just full of beans today.
Beans for days. And not the weird fun kinds that you guys use on charity stream. Anyway,
No,
probably
those
play
aren't
some Dungeons
fun.
and Dragons, I guess. Again, always happy to be back here with you. My name is Jacob Blake, Duval King Jacob. On the internets, your Duvalian master of ceremonies, as the kids say. But I am not by myself, everybody. I'm here with a beloved cast of ridiculous people, starting with Jeremy. Who are you and who are you playing, Boo-Boo?
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeremy, better known as Darth and Truri everywhere. I'm playing everybody's favorite asshole druid, Dante.
That has more money than everybody else combined.
That's not hard.
It's not. Yeah, it's really
No,
not.
it's not.
It's really not.
Sadly, it's not.
Sadly.
I think some of the people in Lobra have more money than the Peacekeepers.
Yo, damn, that's a fucking call out. Chris, what's happening, man?
Oh, man, not a whole lot. I'm Chris. You can find me everywhere at, who cares? We'll talk about that later. But I'm playing Sator, the half-orc lightning rod, evidently, lately. We'll find out how much fun that's going to be later if we get there. If we get there.
If and when. That is fair. The leader, Jess.
Hi, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and buttholes. It's me. I'm Jess from FreckleSketches everywhere. Tonight, I am also party mom, resident bitch and badass, Kriarashi, paladin oath of the ancients, and team leader.
True that. And last but certainly not least, the birthday boy, Mr. Maddykins.
Hey fam, what's up? I'm Maddie, aka SoMattyGameZ. I use he, him pronouns, and I am the dumbass whose name is on this channel. And today, I am playing Rilo Rumblebelly, who is a Petitfling Sorcerer Warlock, or I like Warcerer is my favorite term. Petitfling
That's a good one.
Warcerer. And for the uninformed, a Petitfling is a halfling tiefling. They're Petitflings. Anyway, and I recently made a change from a divine soul sorcerer to a clockwork sorcerer, and weird shit's happening. So let's see what else,
Indeed. So previously on Duval Dragons, as our party finally set out from Okeechobee specifically proper, heading back into the desert, there was much conversation that was had after finding out that perhaps there is some sort of draconic something or other out in the desert where they're headed, as they're off on a mission to gather some strange experimented on Behir from that it seemed to be maneuvering through the desert, even though Zakria made mention that they do not wish to return them alive, which is maybe a fair point. Other than that, also, there was much conversation of, do we even go after them at all? Maybe we go find Sven instead over in the woods of Chihak, perhaps, and find out what the hell happened with him separating from the kingdom of Duvalia, perhaps. But you know how it is if you're a Duval Dragons fan. Lots of conversation, both before and after a summer party with Sam and Gus, because they're hanging out for a little while for now. And with all of that being said, as we continue to set off, they found some this dark-skinned, elvish-looking creature that was just unconscious in the middle of several rocks. A elvish creature by the name of, as I pull up my notes again, Kelkin Hardo, who actually turns out to be a young bronze dragon. But that's a secret. We'll see how long that lasts. But there is still a secret, his true nature, so maybe pretty good. But also, Pepper set out to see what was happening in Fiona's neck of the, well, it would be woods, but it's desert. And where Fiona's location is nothing more, well, it wasn't an oasis, at least as far as the peacekeepers are concerned. It is now a giant sinkhole, as they've discovered. And by they, I mean specifically Rilo, being told that by Pepper. And that is what we pick up from that discovery.
What's up? You alright?
Okay, when we left Fiona's, was she like getting ready to like put in a pool or something, maybe?
Y'all talked to her more than I did.
There's no oasis here. It's just a big sinkhole. I don't know what the
Whoa, Rilo, slow down. Fucking what?
It's a sinkhole.
It's a what?
A hole.
It's a sinkhole.
A big hole in the ground.
It's not there. There's just a hole.
It's just a hole.
I mean, we have to go check it out. We have to see if she's okay.
Yeah.
Could it be that worm? That bastard?
I don't know. It's pretty big, right, Jake?
It's
like
huge.
Like
it's
massive.
The size of the oasis entirely. Yeah. It's enormous.
It's a bit. I mean, maybe if it was like a few of those worms and stuff, but I don't think it's the worm. It's really big.
What else could it be?
I don't know. But I am gonna. Okay. Let me get on the cart. Let me sit right next to Sator, and Sator just like, don't let me fall out.
Oh, hey, I can make that happen. Direct me which way to go first before we go.
Oh, yeah, totally. So it's that way. And then
I
Because
thought Kel was going to take us.
I'm gonna connect with Pepper and stuff, and I'm gonna like do some investigation and see if I can find anything. You know,
I don't think he can take us all of the cart. But unless we want to leave the cart and all our supplies.
He's a dragon.
Jacob, you're muted.
Or it's 8-year volume again.
Oh yeah.
And it just did again.
Fucking Zoom.
Fucking Zoom. Yeah, it just likes to turn me down, motherfucker. Anyway, so Kelkin's just like, I mean, I could. It's not really a place for it on me here, unless you have some really big rope.
Hey, we could store it all in the Peacekeep. Minus the horse.
Oh, okay.
What would we do with the horse then?
I was just thinking of all the cart and everything. I don't know what we could do with the horse, but at least the supplies would be safe.
we could take it with us. I mean, you know, it would just be another passenger or something, right? Like you've got like Melora and stuff like that. Like Sator has a horse, right?
What do you want us to do?
Yeah. Okay. I need to not be like here. I need to be there. I need to be there. I just need to be secure. Because I can't see or hear here and stuff when I'm here and seeing there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why don't we buddy system this? Why don't somebody who can be small or somebody who already is small go with Rilo and the rest of us follow?
Oh, I mean, no. Physically, I don't have to go. Pepper's there. I'm gonna go like into Pepper and look through Pepper's eyes. And,
Yeah. I'll keep you safe. I'll make sure you don't move until we figure out how we're moving.
Okay.
So go with Pepper.
Okay, I'll do that then. And I love you guys. And then I'm just gonna pop my consciousness into Pepper.
Absolutely. And yeah, it's this giant sinkhole. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay, let me see. We have... I think Pepper's is worse than mine. Okay, let's see. Do I have any way of... No, I don't. Oh, hello, 15.
15. So you kind of fly, as Pepper kind of flies a little closer. How far up do you want to be from the sinkhole?
I'm not really afraid of it, but I think it's like more of that. As I get closer to it, I mean, I'll be cautious on the approach, but and just in the sense like if I feel anything like weird, then it'll be kind of like a pull away from it. But like at this point, I'm just kind of treating it like it's just a hole. You know?
Sure. So the 15, what you gather is you actually see the sand itself almost like vibrating slowly, like when a rock hits a pond. It just kind of vibrates out, and then it vibrates out just about once, twice, maybe every 4 seconds. Just whoom, whoom.
Okay. That's so weird. Okay, I need to tell Dante about that. Like, he might not understand that. Okay. And are there? I want to like kind of also fly around, the outskirts of the sinkhole
Sure.
and see if there's like anything that might stick out that like just sticks out,
Yeah.
out of the ordinary.
It's a collection of unfamiliar sand dunes, but what you do catch is the outline of about 3 small bushes, and which seems out of character for being in the middle of a desert. And you remember that those bushes are where you parked the cart when you were at the Oasis last time.
Okay.
But that's really it. Nothing else as far as the eye can see, quite literally.
So literally the only thing left of the Oasis are those 3 bushes that we parked
Yep.
by?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Huh. Okay. I think that's all I've got. I just yeah. I'm you know what? Because I'm curious and I know I can get Pepper back, I'm gonna fly towards the center of the sinkhole.
Okay.
And down.
Pepper flies as the pulsing sort of just continues. One second. I need to roll a little something. And in the sand, as that pulsating continues, there's a break in it for just a minute as a large sort of circular object appears, and then one large eye opens. And then in the middle of that eye, these large talons appear from around it. What's Pepper doing?
Pepper darts off.
What's Pepper's AC?
Oh. AC is 13.
Okay. And Pepper has 1 HP?
Pepper has 7 HP.
So, Pepper. So, first of all, it's an 18 to hit.
Okay.
And,
yeah. The only thing I can so I have a question.
okay.
So, since I'm using Pepper's senses, and, like, quite often, I can, like, have Pepper deliver touch spells and stuff like that when I'm not, like, in her senses and things.
Sure.
Would I be able to use an ability of mine or anything like that through Pepper?
Sure.
Okay. Then what I would do is something I don't have anymore.
Oh.
Yep. Yep, I don't have that anymore. Okay. The only thing I can think of is literally, but it's still not enough. Okay. I was like pepper cash shield, but but it's still not enough. And
No.
the only thing I can think of is yeah. Yeah, it's like that or I would silvery bar, but you know, it's just yeah, I got nothing. So
Okay.
yeah.
So Pepper suffers 11 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And not that it matters. 2 points of acid damage as your connection is severed.
Was I able to sense, smell the acid?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Because like
make a nature check.
Pepper has keen senses as well. So
actually, you don't need to roll for this. This is a familiar scent from quite a while ago. But the last time you encountered a creature like this, it was much, much smaller. And that eye was not where it was. Because you saw 2 small beady eyes.
Yeah.
And large talons. As you recall what an onkeg looks like.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So like literally out of nowhere, just like, Pepper! Crap! Ah! Giant eye, talons, acid. It's like the biggest oncake ever thing. Ah!
Oh.
Also, one thing that you also noticed is that this particular onkeg was, instead of being a familiar brown, was stark white.
Stark white. Stark white. Stark white.
Whoa.
Why was it white?
Does Rilo say that out loud?
Yes.
Okay. A white. You said a white onkeg?
Yeah.
Ew.
Massive.
What the
Massive. Massive.
How massive are you talking about, though?
It had one giant eye.
Oh.
It probably actually has two.
The person who employed Zakria did say they had been experimenting on these creatures.
Oh, not the okay.
Well, if that's what we're after, let's fucking go.
But it's not the. That's not. No. I think we're confusing creatures. But oh my gosh, do you remember those bushes that we parked by when we were there? Like
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I do.
those are the only things left.
That wasn't a small place. Are you sure?
Yes,
And you're wanting to go after this thing.
that's what I'm saying.
Well, if it's got Fiona,
obviously we want to find out more. But we'll, of course, take caution and stuff. But okay. So, Dante, Dante, you are know nature and stuff, and oh boy, okay, but like
Breathe. Words.
pulse,
Deep breaths.
You know when you like throw like when you like throw like a pebble into the lake, and there's like these little ripples that come out from where it hits the water and stuff, and like it was kind of like that, rippling out from the middle. And on the edges, it's just kind of like disappearing and stuff, and I don't know. It was really weird, and
Rilo, is Pepper okay?
oh yeah, no, I'm gonna have to resummon Pepper, because I got curious. So because like I didn't see anything in the center there, and there was just like this like rippling out from there. So it was like something there. So I was like, you know what? I can I can resummon Pepper. So why not just like fly down over there? And then the eye opened up, and of course that kind of really takes your attention. So you don't really notice the talons coming out until it's too late.
But this is not what we were out here coming up for. It's
No.
bad. We need to find out if Fiona's okay, but it's not what we're out here for at the moment.
Isn't
I think it should.
isn't that the story of our lives though?
It
This
is.
is exactly why all of you are in the trouble you're in.
Oh, wait a minute.
You can't solve everyone's problems.
Oh man. Okay.
Pretty fucking bold of you to assume that's why we're in any trouble.
This isn't.
Am I wrong?
This isn't.
We're not trying to solve everybody's problems. We just left a problem we wanted to solve. We're trying to solve what we can. I don't know the scope of this thing.
A giant honk egg with one eye that ate a familiar.
That
Anybody can
No,
eat
even-
pepper.
an oasis.
My thought though is Fiona was a very powerful druid.
Yeah.
If it overtook Fiona,
Then we
I-
obviously don't really have
Are
much chance.
outmatched.
But it would be. We can't just like not like take a look. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm getting at.
And
That this needs to be investigated further.
yeah. Because you don't just walk away from your friends.
no, I'm not saying we walk away, but we might need to get more people involved.
Oh no, obviously. But we just don't know enough yet. I don't think. Maybe we know enough. I don't know. I don't know what we glean. Glean? Whatever. I don't know what we see from all of us going there. You know what I mean? What more useful, helpful information can we gather from that? I think this might be one of those things where we just take what we have and try to.
I don't know how we can investigate this without Pepper, especially if Pepper was already noticed.
How high up was Pepper?
Why? You know, normal height stuff, flying over there, and she's pretty far up, and then she went down, and then went closer, and then went into the middle. You know, so kind of all over there. Why do you ask?
Dante is going to shapeshift into a pterodon and fly toward the direction that Pepper was in.
All right.
Well, fuck the buddy system, I guess.
I was just gonna say we should probably do something and just send a note down to the people in charge. But obviously, we're not taking thoughts before we act.
Oh boy, man. Okay. I don't know.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm really confused.
We're all really confused.
Sam, Gus,
Yeah,
can you go be Dante's buddy?
yeah, sure. No problem.
Okay.
And they'll start flying up and follow Dante.
Okay. Buddy system's still a thing. We have to protect each other and look out for each other. And yeah. There's just like a whole, yeah. I don't know.
I guess the next thing we need to figure out is, are we going? Because we need to be moving somewhere. Are we moving towards Fiona's? Or are we going to the storm? Or do we try and split the middle? So we're at least moving towards something. Because right now we're kind of sitting here twiddling our thumbs.
Let's split the difference until we get a decision on whatever Dante sees to see if this is even within our grasp.
Yeah.
But one way or another, we don't know if that storm is viable to take on either, if we've got some sort of dragon in there.
Yeah.
Don't really want to worry about sizzle death.
At this point, Kelkin. So,
I was just going to ask, Kilkin, could you kind of give us a little bit of a lift towards like a halfway point?
I'm happy to drop you off.
I would
Just following
appreciate-
my savior.
I assume so. Well, no, Dante's investigating the hole. We want to go kind of somewhere between where they're going and that storm over there.
Oh, all right. Well,
So on the map that we have, we have the storm marked out, and we have Fiona's marked out.
so yeah, right about here. So shouldn't be too
Somewhere
difficult.
in this vicinity.
Yes, indeed. Right on the E. Indeed. With not much of an issue. But
That way we.
all right, hop on.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So
What a strange vacation this has been.
This is your vacation?
Yeah, didn't I mention that?
Oh, I might have missed that. Yay, happy vacation.
Yeah, indeed. And yeah, and you guys can take off.
And instantly,
So,
Rilo is screaming with glee.
So, cart horse
Whee!
is abandoned for now.
I would have at least put the cart inside of the Peacekeep.
Oh, right.
Before
Okay,
we left.
That's right. You did do that. That's right. So for the sake of simplicity, that you handled the biz, and the horse's fate left to his own devices.
Real quick before we do that, Mom's not willing to leave Melora, so she's going to drop Fine Steed so that she can be a beetle again.
Okay.
Make it easier.
Sure. Yeah. Kind of like on your shoulder.
Probably try to affix her like she's a little bit of a pin.
Yeah. No problem. So Dante, you eventually, as you also realize that you're being followed by two winged kobold friends, you eventually, it's about an hour or so worth of flight, but many sand dunes, and eventually you do find a familiar sinkhole.
With my passive perception of 24, what do I see?
Pretty much the same thing that Rilo did. More confirmation than anything else.
And this pulsing, what do I need to roll? Arcana or survival?
Depends on what you're looking for.
Well, I'm trying to discern the pulse.
The nature? Yeah, make a survival check, sure.
That's a 25.
Yeesh. Yeah, you gather a few things. Certainly the biggest ankeg you've ever seen, at least from Rilo's description, because you don't currently see it right now. However, when you kind of dig into the details of it, even like that doesn't quite put the equation together. When you realize that it's likely something bigger underneath than just a simple large ankeg.
Dante is going to veer off and go back and start looking for the others.
Yeah, as soon as you spin around, hey, did you find anything useful? Oh, all right. Guys, do you know what that means? I don't know. And I assume you just fly past them and head back.
Mm-hmm.
And a few moments later, in the air, you see a familiar bronze shape with a few friends on it.
And you hear wee.
Someone's having a good time.
Dante will fly toward them.
All right.
During the flight over, I'd be, is flight always this choppy as the...
And you hear from the wind, I could go slower if you need me to.
Don't go slower! Woo!
You eventually close distance enough.
Hey. Now,
Aww.
I appreciate the light, Cal.
Oh.
It was a little...
Awesome.
Picking out a couple of bugs and stuff out of my teeth. It was definitely a new experience.
I could provide.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. Oh my god. Oh,
Kel, could I speak to you in private for a minute?
Sure. Did you change back? Like, are you on top of,
Yeah.
Okay.
He
Okay.
does it.
I was like,
He flew up and he lands. I forgot
Okay.
to say that.
got it. Why don't we hit the deck here? And sure. And unless there's any objections, he lands about 150 feet away from the sinkhole, and his form shrinks down and changes back to his elven self. So what's on your mind?
So in Draconic, Dante is going to basically explain that his three friends mean well, that they're down on their luck, and that it's temples and cities tend to charge fees for healing. So he's going to ask politely and try to persuade Kel to give him a little bit of coin that he can just give to his friends.
I mean, didn't I just pay for that with my wonderful flight situation?
You paid for Rylos with that.
Oh, yeah, you did. Sneaky. Well, what is it? How much? What's the damage?
Let's see. Carry
That's
the
a statement I
one.
picked up in K-Dub.
Let's see. Carry the one. Add the 3. 600 gold.
Make a really hefty persuasion check. Good lord.
Remind me not to get healed.
I know, right?
In Primordial to Rilo, Mom's just this fucking guy.
So with my modifier,
and Rilo doesn't understand any of it.
You speak Primordial?
I don't.
Not anymore?
I never have.
Yes, you have.
No.
so a dirty 20.
Celestial.
Oh, it's Celestial.
Yeah.
I thought we've spoken Primordial to each other before because
It was Celestial. I spoke Celestial and you.
Because you were like, what? It's common. You're talking to me in common. What are you talking
yeah.
about?
Okay.
Yeah. So dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
That's even better.
I don't know. You might be my savior and all, but that seems a little steep to me. But why don't we drop the 0 and I'll give you 60.
Well, I'm thinking Rilo has a way with like getting on tirade, so keeping your secret, 600 gold is really not.
Wait a second.
Extortion.
Are you threatening me?
No, I'm not threatening you. I'm just trying to be funny. I'm trying to show that we have humor.
Oh, that went way over this dragon's head. Big time. And
It's been a while, and with his back to the group, Dante is going to let his fangs grow and smile.
And
See?
you all see. Yes, we all have our secrets.
Indeed, we do. And then he'll retract the fangs.
You are a fascinating individual. Fine. And he reaches into a small pocket, and you hear the Clink, clink, clink.
Perhaps we can have
Really
dinner
this-
sometime.
Oh, please, anytime. Riddle me this. Did you think that was actually going to work?
Not in the slightest.
Tosses you the gold.
You'll take it. Thank you for all you've done.
Just a day of surprises, after all.
Indeed.
Well, it kind of spins around. Friends, it's been a lovely time. It seems you all have some things to resolve.
Oh, you're telling me. Oh my gosh. But thank you for that. Flight was awesome. Oh my gosh, I love it. And like, I mean, I've flown before and everything like that. But never on Dragonback. My gosh.
I would say tell your friends, but don't.
Oh yeah, right. Don't.
I-
Gosh, you know how many
Why-
secrets I have to keep? Oh.
What if we leave your name out of it? Could we still use it as a story?
Oh man, yeah, I would love to have a legend about me. Absolutely.
That's an
All right,
idea.
but you gotta do me a favor. It's like he begins to kind of walk back over. You gotta give me the first trial run. I gotta hear it first. Make sure it fits. You know.
I'll think about this for a minute. The next time we run into each other, I'll have something for you.
Okay.
It'll be a grand story, one that sailors would tell.
Done. Dinner and a story.
Gee, you got him for
Best
dinner.
vacation.
I did.
Ah,
Are we having dinner? What?
Another time, Rilo.
Food? Oh. Oh.
Dinner?
But I'm hungry now.
I'm always hungry.
I know, me too.
Goodberry.
Okay.
And Dante will conjure enough good berries for everyone.
hey, this is a
And
new one.
Magic's awesome.
Magic fruit.
How did
Hey.
I...
When?
I already feel full.
Okay.
That's weird.
You feel full?
I.
already?
Yeah.
Well, it has been my honor and pleasure.
It's been our honor and our pleasure.
Thank you.
Kinda Nods and then shoots up into the sky, and the bronze shape begins to disappear towards the east.
We have a problem.
We have a lot of problems. What's the new one?
There's always a bigger fish. It's not just an onkek. There's something else there.
Like what?
I wasn't going to get close enough so it could eat me. I don't know. This is above our pay grade.
Well,
Don't know in the realm of you're unsure now, or don't know in the realm of this probably didn't hurt Fiona, but now it's living in the place of the thing that did. Because it's
There's a-
entirely possible that whatever destroyed Fiona's home did so, fucked off, and now a lesser creature is living there.
Hey,
Oh,
that
no,
happens all the time in the sea.
It's still there. So you have an onkek and something that we don't know.
Ah, there's two things. Or potentially more.
Maybe we come back for that.
Tarani's agree. It's like, this reminds me of your mother.
Why?
Oh, because originally we just thought it was a green dragon and her brood. And then there
Oh.
turned out to be only 1 million of you, it feels like, which is vastly over-exaggerated, but
Yeah, Mom's hilarious.
sure.
Mm. We're gonna visit her soon.
Potentially.
Oh,
I mean, I could just go and do it myself, but then like I'd have to find my own food, and who wants that?
I do.
Want to find your own food?
No, I want you to find your own food.
Oh. Oh. That's awesome. I'm so glad I'm still here.
And I'm not.
Hey, at least I'm not the one that ate your pseudo dragon twice.
Hmm.
Well, at least this time, her death got information.
Hey. So, I guess the question is now, do we go to the storm or to the Onkagan whatever?
Is there a third option?
Your friend Sven sounds like the most safe option.
And
Aye.
mushrooms.
So
Now,
here's
that's
the
a-
problem. We've got a friend Sven, whom we have to talk to. We've got a friend Fiona, who is either dead or very well hidden. Or just teleported, because Druid and there were trees, and she can tree stride probably.
Aye, that's how we got out of her place, remember?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Last option is we tackle the big dragon, get our money's worth of whatever the fuck we were supposed to be doing, and actually make some money, because that's what Dante seems to be worried about as far as I'm concerned.
And at that point, Dante's going to toss the coin purse to Zakria. I'm not worried about anything.
What is this?
A gift. A generous gift.
Not to still bring up a problem, but we're in the middle of a desert with no horse or carriage. Well, we have carriage, but no way of transport besides our feet.
Right, so now everything we're doing is going to be much slower.
Pick an option. Spin, Fiona, or a dragon.
One way or another, the 60 gold. Well, the gold here, Zakria is going to kind of weigh it. Isn't
It
going to be
was the
enough
600, right?
Wasn't 600. It's 20.
One way or another, the gold here can cover
Nope.
us another bed and breakfast.
You open it up, and it's all silver. Well, hold on, math. 10. Yeah, so it actually is 60 gold and via 600 silver.
Good amount of inns to stay in. Delightful, but we've got
Cheeky
armor
bastard.
we commissioned.
Buying dinner.
We've got rings we commissioned.
Hey, at this point, I think we go at least.
And we haven't started yet.
Right.
Aye, Seven goes. I think we need to go take care of at least the Behir. We may not have to tangle with the dragon,
But
but we at least need to go find out about the Behir.
I have my own thing. I don't feel good leaving this druid powerful or not, on her own. I may be uncomfortable, but I'm not a deserter.
Fair, but right now we came out to do one thing, and that is to find out what these be here. We're supply short. And at the very least, we need to make sure we get our butts back to town so that we can get resupplied up and then go hunt down Fiona.
I think last session we also discussed that the other problem was that the Behir seemed to be out of our reach.
Aye, we're now much closer to them.
Well, yeah, but I think
We don't know where they were.
The conversation was you were hoping to catch them before they got into the storm.
Right.
You haven't run into any yet.
And we're much closer now to the storm, thanks to Cal. He cut off days off our trip.
Sounds like a good option. I'm for that. We just have to find them. Without a cart, if I resummon Melora, Rilo, could you potentially resummon Pepper while riding on the back of Melora? Would that be too much of a jostle for you as we walk?
I don't know. Like the brazier needs to like. There's a lot of incense that needs to be burned and stuff like that, and I have to do a lot of movements and whatnot. So like the only way that could work is if like literally you were holding the brazier still and keeping it level with the ground so that the contents aren't moving around and everything like that. I might but there's a good chance I could probably
End up with salt again? Or another one?
or gumbo.
What if Melora wasn't a lizard and I made her a horse this time so she could pull the cart and you can do whatever you need to do in the cart?
That would be easier.
But still rough.
It's still rough, but I think like if you're there with me, if you can hold the brazier like steady, I might be able to pull it off in the cart. Yeah.
All right.
I can try at least.
I'm not sure I have the steadiest hands, but I can give it a go.
Well,
Well, hey, but then I'm glad I put the cart in the peacekeep.
I think with Wergon, you probably have the steadiest hands.
That's fair. Of most of us, I feel like I might be the one most used to sand. So.
It's everywhere.
It does, man. Oh.
I know a whole lot of places for it to get to me, but so I guess Laura is going to come back. I'll get the cart out of the peacekeep, and we head towards the storm.
Yeah.
Right.
But not in it.
Right. We're gonna skirt the outskirts, and with luck, Rilo can get Pepper up during our journey there, and then Pepper can scout again.
Okay. So you begin to set out back a wee bit west, heading towards this oncoming onslaught of what appears to be a storm of dirt, grime, sand with a hint of lightning. As per usual, Zakaria, roll a d10 for me.
Whee!
Yay.
Huzzah!
Should I roll a survival to see if I can keep us on straight?
Nah, you're fine.
Okay.
1. Did I do it again, Jacob? Tell me I did it again. I'm gonna kill us.
Oh, wow. Only this time, a 2 through 10 would have been nothing out of the ordinary happens. So, of course you rolled a 1.
We're in
So exciting.
danger.
So, the early afternoon breaks into a very hot evening of travel on foot. Soreness is beginning to set in as you make your way closer towards the storm. Rilo, you feel the hair on the back of your neck begin to bristle. As there's a familiar sense to you. The last time, or rather the first time, you were here in this desert. Dante, actually everybody, begins to pick up on this as well. As there is about 30 feet in front. You don't see anything, but you do hear something.
We found one.
Which is the sound of several strange footsteps. And by footsteps, I mean more like cloth steps.
Huh? Oh no.
As this not so silent predator begins to make its presence known.
I don't want to be there again.
Roll initiative.
Woo!
Okay.
Oh my god, I rolled a 1. That's amazing.
Okay.
Well, you did find a Bahir.
Is it the right one?
And we'll find out. We will find out. So, 25 through 20.
22.
22.
Natural 22.
Oh, shit.
Hey.
Who wants to go first between Satir and Dante?
Oh, he can go first.
All right. Oh boy, I have to roll for Sam Gus. This was not in the cards. 15 through 20.
18.
Team for Korea.
Mom rolling high.
Mom rolling
In
high.
this
Rilo, what'd you end up
instance-
getting?
And then cursed.
I got 9
9.
Huzzah!
because I was
Interessante.
trying to cast pepper and stuff.
All right. So,
Oh yeah. Did Pepper get cast in the couple hours that we were traveling?
that's a great question. I will resolve that momentarily as well.
Okay.
Because I was not expecting this to happen right now.
You're welcome.
Always deliver.
Yay!
That's why Jacob keeps making me roll because
Because
I make
she's the
magic
leader.
happen.
So, honest. Well, that's so strange. Okay, so Rilo and all right. So, strangely enough, Sam and Gus rolled a natural 20.
Hey.
So, I don't know what's everybody freaking out about. I don't really is there something over there?
Yeah, there's something over there. It's
Anybody
gonna
like
eat
something
us.
over? Oh, we don't want to be eaten. No consent. And let's see.
first things first. This is because who didn't have Sam and Gus's character sheet up? This guy.
Hold on.
Oopsie.
That's okay. Well, we really can't see anything, so we're just gonna help you guys. And
That's weird.
they.
Yeah, Twitch froze on us. They can still hear us, but they can't. Nothing's moving.
It
Oh,
doesn't show any.
boom.
There's no
Let's try that again.
issue coming out of. Huh.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely frozen.
Yeah.
Weird.
it's
Yeah, we're
frozen.
definitely.
I just don't see any. There's nothing in OBS saying that it would be like that. You know what I mean?
Huh.
Like everything seems to be.
Boy, do I look amazing.
Yeah. What a great freeze frame.
It's
For real.
okay. At least y'all are looking at the camera.
You're looking at your dice probably, or your notes or something.
Looks like notes to me.
Depending on when it froze.
Well,
Let's see if I can-
but in the meantime, they, they reach out towards you, Satir. So we'll just keep it moving so people can still hear us. It's a podcast now, everybody.
Yay!
Yay, podcast!
Bubbles!
Levels. As they reach out towards you, Satir, and cast haste.
Damn it.
Oh, yummy.
All right, move it or lose it, mister. And it's your turn.
Okay.
Do I see the animal, the creature in front of
You
us?
see the outline of footsteps, but you're not.
All right. Let's see what
If it'll
happens.
save the stream, I suppose I can make that sacrifice.
There we go.
Hey, we're
Are
moving
we
again.
back, everybody?
Woo!
Ripping
Technology.
pepperoni. Ooh, it's a blank screen for me. But if you guys can see us,
If you
then that's
refresh
all
it,
that matters. Yeah, there we go.
Refresh
Now
it.
we're good. Cool. Welcome back, everybody. So, in case you missed it, we rolled initiative, and Sam Gus cast haste on Satir, and Satir's trying to figure out where the fuck this thing is. This that they certainly recognize as a invisible behavior based off of the foot patterns and many legs, even though it's invisible. So, Satir, you're up.
Okay, so I guess with my bonus action, I will rage.
And you rage!
Ah! And I will take a running. I will run at the wherever the footsteps are and swing
Sure.
at the footsteps.
No doubt.
With all the attacks. Let's see. So because
I forgot to change my background.
let's see. So that'd be bonus action was the rage. Action will be unarmed attacks. Do I want to make them reckless? I might as well since it's an invisible creature, so no disadvantage because it's reckless. So
Nice.
first attack with Mary. That would be a 26.
26 to hit will definitely hit.
Cool.
As you collide with, you said Mary, right?
Yeah, with Mary.
And collide with Mary, and that electrical energy dissipates and surrounds this invisible creature, making it at least appear as some shape temporarily as it screams at you. Go ahead and roll damage.
Cool. So Mary does that's 22 for that. So 22 plus 4 is 26 plus rage is how much? I don't remember what my rage dice is because I forgot. It's been a bit.
No worries.
Rage is 3, so 29 total for that one.
Good lord. All right, second attack.
Second attack. Crit fails, so that's a nopers on that one.
No dice. All right, literally. So that's your action and bonus action,
no.
and now you have your hasted action.
Now my haste action, which will be, so I'll just do my 2 swings. Both are 14 on the die, so that makes 23 for both swings.
Oh yeah, definitely hits.
So first damage die set is 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 4 is another 14 for the first hit, and then the other dice is 28 total.
28. She bus Christo. As you collide again into its large, meaty form. It does not enjoy that either. Jesus. You're a rude voice. It's here.
Oh, baby!
Rage. All right, cool. Staying where you are?
Yeah, I'll stay right in combat. Right.
All right. So, as you do, and you hear this like strange clicking noise coming from it, and it appears for a second, and you actually see the outline of the Bahir, and as it is bleeding from a present that you just gave it, and then a silvery mist surrounds it, and it disappears and reappears 30 feet back from you as it casts Misty Step as a legendary action.
Hey, that's rude.
As it is not happy about that at all. But that's all it can do for now. Next up, Dante.
How far is it from
60
us?
feet away.
Just a second. All right. Dante is going to do his thing. He's going to wild shape into a T-Rex.
As you do, Albino T-Rex 420, what up?
And he's going to start running at the Bahir. And
All
I'll
right.
move 50 feet toward it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's, yeah, as you, I assume, roar in your T-Rex form, because, you know,
Oh, yeah.
as a Jurassic Park theme plays, and as you begin to close distance, it just hisses and like recoils, like almost like a snake at your oncoming enormous T-Rex form. So, Zakria.
All right, with it as far away as it is, Zakria is going to rush forward and as close as she can get. So she's 30 feet from it now?
Yes.
Well,
Well, 60 feet now. Because it just,
Oh, 60 feet now. Okay.
yes.
With
You-
60 feet away, she's going to... What?
You can dash.
I can, but I've got some fun stuff. In memory of our delightful now missing bird Whir, since she's wearing Whir's circlet of blasting,
Hot,
I was wondering when that was going to come back up.
hot, hot, hot.
she's mom's literally just gonna whip out her pole arm and immediately just fire away. Just, this is for Whir! And just
Beautiful. Scorching Ray.
scorching ray. So range spell attack.
Yeah.
3 rays of
3
fire
rays.
for each ray. Okay.
It's a disadvantage. Nope, sorry. It's actually, it's not a disadvantage because it's corporeal now. Sorry.
Okay. So, boop. 2, let's see. That's a dirty 20 for one of them.
20. That will hit.
That is more. So, 24 to hit for the second,
Yes.
and another 24.
Ooh.
So
You think my battleship.
3. So that's... Let's expend that charge. Oop, nope, I didn't mean to do that. There. So 2d6 for each one.
Okie dokie dokie.
5 plus 11, 12, 13, 14 plus 5. 19 total.
19 total. This is the first time using it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you reach out and flash of light as these rays of fire collide into the Behir. 19. Okay, cool. So there we are. As it just flares, as the skin around it begins to blister and burn. It is not very happy with your and how dare you?
And she's got no bonus actions at this distance, so she's just gonna bare her teeth at it and come at me.
It's starting to look pretty hurt. Speaking of coming at you, at the end of your turn, considering it has a T-Rex coming at it, it's going to use a third legendary action. And as you all finally see it this incantation, like they're underneath the Behir, there's this large circle of energy that appears from around its form, and like the small cloud like enters the T-Rex's field of vision. As even though Jacob knows it won't work, but the Behir doesn't, as it tries to cast sleep on a T-Rex. And even if I rolled a maximum of 5d8, which is 40, that is certainly not enough to put a giant T-Rex to sleep. But yet it tried. It did its best. So that is the end of its legendary action. And now it's Rilo's turn.
Oh my god. So it misty stepped away from Sator, and it is not within like melee range of any of my friends, right?
Till Dante's turn. No.
I have a 10-foot reach. It's in melee with me.
Oh, touche.
It just doesn't know it.
But I'm just saying, this is okay. So I'm gonna use a sorcery point to subtle spell Fireball.
Amazing. Where are you putting it?
Basically like on the tail end of it, so that it can blast out but won't hit my friends.
Hit my friends. Exactly. Dex save, I believe.
It is a dex save of 17.
All right. That's a 15, so nope.
And so that's 25 points of fire damage.
You love to see it as you point a finger out. Do you say anything when you cast this?
Oh no! Like I
subtle?
literally just
Oh,
touche!
Sorry, subtle. Sorry.
Because
Yeah.
it said subtle spell.
Right.
Because I didn't I know this thing can cast spells. I don't know if it can cast counter spell. And so I'm just like,
I'm gonna
you
find
know
out.
what? I'm gonna settle this so that I don't, yeah.
You don't show your cards.
Yeah, I don't want to
quite
show my
literally.
cards.
Exactly. So you just arms folded, remembering the last time you encountered this creature, or a creature like this, I should say. And then there is a sudden whining sound as this beam of fire over a large T-Rex's shoulder, and then detonates. You said 25, right?
Yes.
Yeah, as it begins to just scream bloody murder. It is looking pretty hurt now.
I am not gonna be your lunch. And that's my turn.
All right. It's the Behir's turn.
And real quick, Jake, do I have pepper?
Let's see. What to do. Yeah, it's starting to freak out a little bit. But especially considering there's a T-Rex and then a sudden explosion right next to them as it's going to try and exit stage left, heading off to the west, which of course Dante invokes an attack of opportunity from you, sir.
I'm about to bite it. That's a natural 20.
Shut up!
So 30.
Yes.
Good lord, yeah, that definitely hits. Good
Hold on a second.
fucking god.
So 40, 12 at max is 48 plus 7. 55. Now let me get some more d8s.
Let me get more D8s. Oh, jeez.
Well, you guys normally kill things before I get to bite it.
Have
it
all
was
your
time.
fun, Jer. Have
It
all
was
your
time.
fun.
Yeah.
It was time,
This is your moment.
indeed.
Make it your lunch this time.
Kill it dead.
24, 27, 34.
So what's the total entirely?
89?
89.
Crunch.
Only needed 77. How do you want to do this?
So Dante, frustrated that the group is reckless, just like leans over seeing this thing try to get away and just rips it in half, throws the head portion of it up in the air and eats it.
Wow, it really is Jurassic Park.
No.
No. And I had to. It was there, and you all see this. And as the sand is riddled with this bluish, glowing blood that is all over the sand dune, and there's a hint of electricity sort of flashing through it there. And we'll take our break.
Okay.
Did you just like breathe out like it sounded like you were?
Well, I was gonna say something. You were like, and we'll take our break, and I'm like, okay, then I won't say anything. I'll wait till we come back.
You can say it right before. Okay, you can wait. Holy smokes! So that was interesting, and that went by. Remember when like there was a Bahir? I don't remember. That was so long ago.
Right?
Who's she?
Who's she? So, as we'll be back in a few moments.
Ma'am, this
Because
is
we
a
get some, we'll
Wendy's.
get some refreshments and stuff. Would you say, Maddie?
Ma'am, this is a Wendy's.
What you want to talk to my manager? Sorry. Oh.
I am your manager.
Uh,
Lord have mercy. So many games. Well, welcome back, everybody. So, let's check in, shall we? We have a quite literal oncoming storm and a freshly half-eaten Bahir discovered and eliminated quite quickly as an albino T-Rex. Words, an albino T-Rex eats one. So, as the
Yeah, Dana, this is not your fault. Okay? Stop it. I'm so glad
Yeah.
you're here. We're all
So glad you're here. Super glad you're here. So, as we pick things back up, as a slight crosswind interrupts the severe heat of the desert, as we check back in. What's happening, everybody?
Dante, spit that out. That's one of the things we need.
And then Satir is stunned for a round. Thanks to haste ending. I'm sorry about that. I really hate when it does that.
Oh no,
But
it's
you look
fun.
really cool, if that helps.
Oh, I have such a headache.
Sweet, sweet love hangover.
Dante's just kind of gonna like snort through his nose at the half piece.
Ooh, you are super duper breaking up now.
Oh yeah, that was robot.
Yeah, yo, robot, albino T-Rex, albino T-Rex.
No, he was a robot on Friday.
I know.
So Dante kind of snorts at the remains.
As soon as you started speaking, what is happening over there?
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, you like it's like when you start talking and then you freeze. It's really weird.
Okay. Let's see. We'll give it a sec. Sometimes it just needs to.
I'm just fucking Dana. Stop blaming yourself for Jeremy's internet.
Okay.
You know, Dana is probably from the Feywild. That would make a lot of sense, actually.
That makes too much sense.
Mhm.
Honestly.
Indeed. How you doing over there, Jer?
Did it come back?
I guess. Is it robotic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yep. No more robot.
Better.
No more robot.
Don't jinx it.
All right.
I know, right?
All right. So Dante's gonna snort over at the remains of the carcass.
Okay.
I guess that will have to work for one of them. Let's start
That
dragging it.
never stops being terrifying.
Well, I guess we could put like whatever didn't go in Dante's stomach into the cage, right?
I think that'll work.
You know.
Let's start dragging the carcass towards the cart.
Sure.
Dante, actually, before Satur does it, Dante's gonna grab it with his mouth and take it over to the cage.
Oh wow. It's like it's like when I'm playing fetch with Pepper. That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
Dante, I swear, you're just starting to make things difficult. And then I see what you're doing and going, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Then Dante's gonna make T-Rex angels in the sand.
So, and they're like, it's like this.
Got small wings.
The arms can't even hit the sand, you know?
yeah.
It's just this.
It's more like T-Rex elbows. Like, what the fuck is this fucking game?
Do we notice anything change with when the carcass goes into the cage when it comes to electrical? Or do I notice anything change?
That's a great question. As Dante Rex throws the half carcass inside, nothing changes other than the similar hum of the current that was mentioned.
I wonder why he said there was a current if nothing changes. No hum change. Maybe it matters if they're alive versus dead?
Probably.
Huh.
Dante with his little T-Rex hand draws in the sand money.
Hey, it's something.
Amazing.
All right. How much do we get for each one? If it's dead?
Hang on. I am looking through my notes. Mom is searching her mind palace.
I believe it was 2,000 for.
Yes, 2,000 if they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
There's only 2 of them, wasn't it?
That's a lot of skrill, man.
3.
2.5.
Now.
And it's not per, it's just total. No, it says, I see 2 lizards.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, 2 lizards, and if there are eggs, there's 5 gold per egg. But
That's what it was.
Mom's
Sorry
not allowing that.
Mom's not allowing that. Okay. Fair enough.
I mean,
Well,
this feels pretty accomplished to me. I don't know.
hey, we just need to find one more. I would think they'd be
Aw.
close.
You know, 2,000 is a lot of money.
It's
We need to find the other one
2,000 for both.
for both.
Aww.
Hey, we need to find the other one still.
One way or another, this is amazing. This is great progress.
Yeah. We got like half of halfway there. It's pretty good.
Right.
I would think the other one would be around here somewhere. Wouldn't they travel together?
Mm,
Not necessarily.
yeah, like, or we might have encountered, twins or something, but we only encounter them one at a time, so they probably don't travel together. But if there's like electrical currents involved and stuff like that, then there might be like some kind of like weird like a attunement of some sort. So being not far away sounds logical. Maybe.
Could be.
I'm just like
Aye.
guessing, really.
I guess we never said if Pepper came back, Jacob. So
We did not, because we did the thing. Yes, Pepper is back and is in their actual peppery pseudo dragon form.
Right.
Welcome back! Oh my gosh, I missed you. Yeah, I know. I know it was my fault, but like I thought we'd check it out. I know. Yes, I love you. Yes. Yes, there's cheese in my pocket. Okay. Well, it's your cheese. I know. Okay. What?
Aye, right. I was gonna say, could Pepper start looking around to see if he sees anything? He doesn't have to go to anything dangerous. I'd hate for him to get popped again.
Yeah, no. It's cool. She's just eating her cheese right now. And, because I made her poop, pop, poof. That's what I meant. I mixed up poof and pop, and it came out poop.
It's Sunday. Fuck, man, it's Sunday.
It's fucking Sunday. What?
It's Sunday, baby.
Sunday. There's a Tick Tick Boom reference in there somewhere. Anywho,
Okay. So, yeah. When you're done with that, can you go scout? I know it's scary, but it's okay. Yeah. What? Yeah. Okay. Yes, there's cheese in the other pocket. Go ahead and take it with you. Okay. Okay, go! Wow! Ugh. Man. You should see all the scratches on my chest.
I'll pass on that until maybe later. We need to find this other behir first.
So where's Pepper off to, Rilo?
We would I would like to essentially, thinking on the instance that maybe it might like the other one might not be too far away from the other kind of thing, would have Pepper kind of doing like a spiral out from us.
Okay.
As a
towards the storm or away?
well, it'd be spiraling out from us, so it'd be eventually heading. It would be getting closer and then getting further and getting closer and getting further.
Gotcha.
And, you know,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For the sake of brevity, you don't find a second Behir.
Okay.
No lizard-like claw prints matching this one's.
Hmm.
And if
With confidence, if it was here, you would have found it.
okay. And how far away are we from the storm at this point?
At this point, probably about a 2-hour walk, you gather,
Okay.
based off of we're doing some timey-wimey stuff here a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know, D&D.
Totally.
But yeah, you're fairly close. You can actually kind of see the actually one thing that you would notice that's a bit different this time is as you actually heard once again that distant like clanging
Yeah.
again, as well as I forgot to turn my music on repeat 1 minute 2. And you also catch just barely the hint of just this like whirring sound.
Right. That bullshit again.
And lastly, the outline of the storm, just barely from where the clanging seems to center, is the outline of what appears to be a large cave about 20 feet high up from the ground.
Oh. Bitchin'. Okay. So yeah, we're not seeing any Behir around at all. No sign. But I did see a cave opening 20 feet up in the air. In the storm.
I don't like that.
Like in a mountain or like just in the air?
From what I got, it sounded like just like in the air. But I need to confirm with my dungeon master.
I was having a deja vu to see when from last time where you're like, and then the dungeon master will maybe give me a bit more information.
I'm like, hold on, guys, hold on. Dave,
hey man, you actually it's the outline of a very large 20-foot high cave. It's almost like a sheet of rock, of like yellowish orange rock, and with the cave opening 20 feet high. I.e., not a floating cave, but a floating cave?
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna relay that, and
Sure.
because I don't know how to even parse that.
So there's a mount. Like, okay.
I don't know, man. It's magic for sure, but like the worst kind of magic.
What's the worst kind of magic?
Like super complicated magic.
Oh, like the headache kind?
Yup. Because like, I mean,
Everything gives me headaches.
if it just like starts giving me a headache, I'm like, nope, I'm out. Forget it. I don't need to learn that spell. It's not even worth it. Oh, but wait, hold on. What's that thing? That thing. And right, because of Dave. That's right. I just remember, like, when I get headaches, I can always heal myself because of Dave. So,
I guess now the question is for everybody: do we continue closer? Because
I honestly feel like I'm concerned if we get much closer to that storm.
Skirt around it.
I'm just.
The other thing is, these things, every time we've seen them or encountered one, they start invisible.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Maybe we should keep looking.
Well,
Oh, like us. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
That's all right.
no, totally. But the thing about like one of the things that that allowed like Sator to kind of figure out like where to swing Mary was that it was kind of like leaving little footy prints and stuff in the sand and whatnot. So like there it could be invisible, but it's still like trackable in a sense, or like traceable. Like we can keep looking, and of course, like, it doesn't hurt. What's gonna hurt is like if we get too close to that storm and get all caught up in all that bullshit. Like,
Yeah,
too soon.
I don't want to. That storm is not something I'm prepared to deal with.
No, I feel like I don't know. I'm not like the most wisdomous and everything. But I feel like maybe heading in another direction while we continue this search, like maybe the other Behir is just like me, not super wisdomous, as terrible in directions. So maybe it's totally lost, and we end up finding it closer to the swamps that we're gonna go to for the finding Sven and the mushrooms and stuff.
So then, in that case, let's do this. Let's skirt around the storm and start heading toward that swamp to find Sven. Because push comes to shove, we have to make it back into Lobra anyway to drop off this first one and at least get half our payment.
Okeechovia? Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So where are the swamps? Where's the swamp from here?
We have a map.
Right.
Sator's got the map, I think.
So if we go like southwest from here, we could-
Southwest.
that would give us, we could skirt down the south side of the storm and start heading towards we could start heading that way.
Are they
Hey, Maddie, do you want to show the folks at home Jess's beautiful work?
Yes, of course. And hit that map.
If you haven't seen it, you totally should.
Oh, whoops. Anyway, there we go. And then,
Almost.
hold on. And magic.
Look at that beautiful looking map.
And butternuts. Hold on.
Aye, so if we go like this,
Hold on.
we
Making
could.
a mess. There. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Okay. Continues tour.
I was gonna say we could skirt the south side of that map, and there's the south side of the storm, and kind of a rough idea of skirting the map a little bit, or skirting the storm a little bit, and then making a south jut towards the.
Just a quick point of order. As you're looking at the map, there is a dark shadow overhead as there's a T-Rex behind you. Just reminding, that's all.
Wait, what?
It's a little hard to see because there's a giant albino T-Rex behind you. Or above you, I think would be more specific. You can still see it, but
How long are you gonna be like that?
Dante.
Okay. Oh.
Can you?
Yeah,
How did
he'll
the
tilt his
sun-
head so the sun hits the map.
Thank you.
it's like an umbrella. T-Rex umbrella. This fucking game, I swear to God.
So you see on the map here, I'm not pointing out to the map where the marking is and everything. We could kind of skirt around the storm a little and still make it down towards the swamp area. We'd skirt around the south side of the storm and still make,
Wait, where's the swamp? Like, are they in the woods?
So I believe, looking at this map, the
Ronnie
swamp.
will speak up. Oh, we're gonna go see Dad.
I think that's a bad idea.
That's not our intention. No,
Oh,
but
It might happen if we're in that neighborhood. We might see him. Do you know where he is?
I mean, maybe. A black dragon wormling has a terrifying grin on it. That's what Ronnie looks like right now. It's way more fun this way.
why are you such a dick?
Why does it make my stomach curl a little bit when you smile like that?
Oh, good. I was worried that I was just a bit boring.
No, Ronnie, you're never boring.
By the way, can we talk about that for a second? We know what my name is.
Enron.
Yeah. That's right.
Would you rather be called Enron the entire time or Ronnie?
No.
I don't think he
Well,
ever
wait.
liked Ron.
I would definitely prefer to be called by my given name, Inaron. I've always hated this Ronnie. Ugh. Filth. But I tolerated it because it was, because War Street gave me a lot of food.
Are we not giving you enough food?
I will admit, decidedly less food than when Warscream was around.
Weren't you complaining about your weight only a little bit ago?
I mean, yeah, that's also fair as well. He kind of like pouts like this.
I mean, all's fair, but you've implied a few times that you don't know anything about your father, which, sure, none of us believe that worth a sack of shit. And I don't know, the idea of you potentially getting bigger could be threatening to your father, even if he's made it brood or clutch or whatever have you for your kind. I don't know if you're as safe as you think you are from your own father. And with us as your only protection, you might want to be helping us more than hurting us.
Make a persuasion check. That is a fascinating situation.
Dante's just writing Ronnie over and over again in the sand.
So passive aggressive.
Aren't we all?
This party, yeah, kind of.
18.
18.
If it helps any,
Mm.
Enaron has been in Zakria's armor the whole time because if he's anywhere the fuck else,
Yeah.
everybody will pretty much kill him.
Yeah, he definitely has been. Like he's kind of, yeah, he's at this point he's sort of like he's peeked out and kind of crawled up on your shoulder. I mean, I suppose given the situation, I mean, all right, fine. I don't actually know where he is. I'm just
Trying to sow chaos, I understand.
yeah, it's
Without
way
we're
far.
here, it gets a little boring. I get it.
Yeah, Mom's really only told me that he lives. Well, I mean, his lair's in there somewhere.
Well, here's the deal. I don't care to talk to him probably about as much as you do, if not less. And frankly, as far as I am concerned, if you're still Wur's friend, we are still your friend. I know you don't like to use the word friend. Let's push
Yeah,
past that. I don't give a
right.
shit. I see that face.
I mean,
There is an allegiance. We'll call it that.
all right, that's fair.
So long as we are allied, then
We're allied.
great. That being said, our allegiance is with, I believe, you and your mother.
Yeah.
Great. With no allegiance to your father, anything can fucking happen.
So we definitely like to avoid that.
Yes.
I would like to step outside the game, note the twinkle in the DM's eye for that statement. Because fuck you, witch spell. I do what I want. Well, all right.
Would you be averse to us hurting or killing your father should we so need to? Or do
I
you
don't
have no alliance?
I don't suppose I have an opinion on the matter one way or the other.
Honestly, it's probably more likely he would benefit from his father's death.
I was about to get into that.
You certainly have my attention.
Well, you've been trying to amass your own horde and lair every time we bed down. With your father out of the picture and a swamp to be
I
taken
could
over.
have his horde.
Right.
Contingent on one thing.
Let's go kill my dad.
Hang on. Contingent on one thing.
Dude.
Oh, why is there always contingencies with all
We're
of
helping you. You can't kill your dad on your own.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never tried.
You want to try? Go for it.
No, not by myself.
Let's go. Nope. No, Zakria's like taking off the pauldron he's hiding under. Calling his ass out.
Wait, hold on. And he'll fly for he'll start to kind of fly in space, not to space, in place. For a second.
All right.
Cool. Like, that's not even like a good bluff, really, but
I wasn't gonna call you out on it, but you did.
all right, I suppose.
So here's my proposal. We help you kill your dad. We get a piece of the hoard. Everything else is yours.
All right, cool.
You like that deal?
Yeah, I love that. That sounds awesome. Man, wow. Why didn't we just... We don't have to keep talking about money. We should have totally thought about this. And by we, I mean y'all.
Appreciated. Thank you, Eneron.
I don't know why he has a southern accent now. Like...
Just slipped right into it.
it just...
Oops, southern.
Oops. What you gonna do?
All right. You want to go 50-50? You 50, us 50?
I mean, I think it's... I don't know. We haven't seen the size of it yet, and I don't know how much would be enough for me.
Right, but if we don't make an agreement now, we're going to complain about it later.
And how much would you be dead? And how much would you be doing?
What do you mean?
If we're going to be going at this for the 50-50 or whatever the split would be, how much will you be helping?
Oh, I'm just simply allowing you to kill my dad.
Huh.
To be fair, in the middle of the night, he could leave, warn his father, and we could all die.
That's true.
So very true.
Right.
But how does that help him? Because after his father kills us, his father could very well kill him, and then his father has no problems. Because a cunning dragon is only as cunning as they are hidden.
Because we could warn your dad and say that he wants to kill him, and then we, make Enron disappear, and then we're in.
You don't have any gold, and you're already broke.
Right.
It's just more work, is all that is, and we have.
We can get money elsewhere,
paper
Ronnie. We've
birds.
proven that. Excuse me,
warn you.
Eneron.
And
We're about to. Yeah.
As Zakria says that, Dante snorts.
Giant T-Rex snort from above.
Wait.
Oh,
So-
in that fucking case, with her pole arm still fucking out, she's just gonna jam the bottom of it into the T-Rex foot as hard as she fucking can.
I would like to dodge.
Roll an attack.
Your fucking best.
Oh boy.
Hell yeah.
Inter-party conflict.
Yeah.
Let's see, it's with the back end of my halberd since
Yep.
I have pole arm master, so that's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That is 23 to hit.
Definitely hits the T-Rex.
Yeah, it definitely hits a T-Rex.
Roll damage if you want to.
I'm doing it. 6.
6 damage. Yeah. Thwack.
Just
Still a
Scared
T-Rex.
oh yeah, of course. I just want you to heard about it.
Dante snorts again.
So, right. So, Enron, back to this conversation about like percentages and whatnot. Of course, you could do what Zakria said, but I'm thinking I would wager that if we did carry out this plan of going and taking out your father, right, so that you could take over, how much of that effort of killing your dad would you be involved in? I would say probably 0%. So, we could do it without you. And we could just, be dicks, take you out, and take him out, and then take all of it. But we're not doing that, man.
Hey, you know what we could do?
You're getting
We
a
could treat
gift.
We could treat this like a ship, and everyone gets a share.
First of all, make an intimidation check at advantage.
Okay. I don't do this very often.
Because that was awesome.
Why is it doing
Go
that?
Like
Rilo,
Rilo's
go
just
Rilo.
like, I've been waiting to say some shit for fucking 20 episodes.
Go, Rilo, go.
Okay, it's
Rilo
not,
stand. Big Rilo stand.
it's not letting me. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Oh yeah, no. Oh, there it is. Advantage, and then. All right, let's try that. No, it didn't roll. Damn it. Okay, hold on. I gotta roll twice. Aww. Best I got was a 13.
13. Okay. That's you're funny, Rilo.
I know. I am hilarious.
Yeah, I agree.
But also, if it wasn't for Zakria, you'd be dead a long time ago, dude.
You think so?
I do.
I know so.
Your mic's dead,
Our-
Jacob.
God damn it!
It's fixed now, but you were dead a minute ago.
Nothing was coming through.
You think for 1 second that our dear friend Worskreet would have allowed that? Not a chance.
No. Yeah, I know. But Wur's not here. So it's only Zakria keeping you alive. Because I tell you what, man, I've taken out a dragon much bigger than you.
I was there for that.
Huh.
Fair enough, Rilo. 50-50 does sound fantastic.
It's fair.
And in regards to my involvement, well, considering, what would you prefer me to do?
Honestly, man, if you could help in any way, that would be awesome.
Preferably without getting yourself killed.
Yes.
I mean, I could say, hey, Pops, long time, never see. Well, y'all sneak up behind him and take him out.
Distraction. I dig it.
Yeah, you could do that whiny fire thing that you do.
Yeah, because he's not immune to that.
So long as it doesn't kill you.
I mean, as long as, I'm far enough away, I'm sure I'll be all right.
I know my spell placement.
All right.
You are all full of surprises.
We do our best.
Are we really talking about taking down a dragon?
Hey.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Oh, hey guys, what's up?
So, we're trying to avoid a dragon that we think is in there to go and get another dragon over there?
Uh-huh.
I was thinking the same thing, Sam.
There's different levels of dragon, right? Like, there's like, whoa, dragon, and then there's like, whoa, dragon, and the whole like giant storm thing with the cave up in the air and stuff like that, like, you know, with like the dust devil and the clanging and the clanging. That's all sorts of like, oh my god. That dragon is probably a lot older than Anaron's father. I'm guessing.
And my dad's pretty old.
So I'm just saying, like, so it's like levels. It's levels. Like, this is more our level.
How old
Especially
is your dad? Do you know?
A bit older than, from what I understand, a decent bit older than my mother.
Oh. Huh. Okay.
Give or take from your perspective, a few decades.
Okay. That's not too bad.
Now, with you not knowing much about him, do you think we could take him?
I suppose there's only one way to find out.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
And Gus hasn't said anything this entire time. He's actually got a large piece of parchment, and he's writing, like on a quill, he's writing something down. I'm just taking some notes, just to make sure that I remember everything we're putting together. And he turns it around, and it's like, this dragon bad, this dragon good. And it's like a drawing of like what he thinks the dragon inside of assuming this dragon inside of the storm looks like. And then it's a drawing of Inaron, and then a drawing of like bigger than Inaron. Good question mark. Kill question mark. Yeah, I'm a bit lost.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it was a possibility, and if we end up having to kill Anaron's father, we should do so with the intent of and a different allegiance, our own allegiance with Anaron.
Sam kind of like does that like anime character scratch back of head. It's just like, this is a weird road trip, you guys.
Oh gosh, you haven't seen anything yet.
Really? This is just a regular like thing for y'all?
Yeah, totally.
Why is everyone saying go now? What the hell's happening to me, you guys?
Also, just party mom to DM. I feel like we are still just heading toward the swamp generally because we're gonna pick mushrooms one way or another.
No doubt. Yeah,
I'd rather be walking and talking this whole time as opposed to.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But for the record, away from the storm.
Correct.
Yeah, going the path that I have marked out.
To your point, Rilo, unless there's like, are you still looking for the Bahir Prince on the way?
We would be trying, I would say.
Yeah,
I'd say we'd be trying.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might as well continue to scout and stuff like that, and also just kind of keeping an eye out for
Sure.
danger.
Whoever would like to roll a D100 for me.
Okay.
I can do that. I'll take it.
Go for it, Chris.
I haven't rolled one of those in a while.
Sure.
Oh, if they stay on the table. 23.
23. Interessante. Now, there's actually a clarification question from a destination perspective. Because if you're heading directly where you are, via the red marker on the map right now, that discoloration is a mountain. If you didn't know, I know Jess knows this because she drew it. Are you cutting around, or are you going right towards the mountain?
I would guess we would be probably cutting around. We would have been told that that's a mountain, right? So, do we know which side of the mountain would have been in the swamps that we were directed towards? for where the mushrooms would be? That would be, I guess, a question for Rilo and Dante. Were they directed towards
there wasn't like it was just in the woods, man. From a Carson perspective.
We would find
Clayton.
the swamps in the woods of
Chihak.
Chihak? Okay.
Chihak. Mhm.
Okay. If that's the case, then I would have pointed out that we can't really go over the mountain because that's being the logistics guy. We can either go north around the mountain or south around the mountain, but we can't go over. So which way is best for the party, do we think?
Well, going south, at least we can go away from the storm, not get as close to it, and still head towards the woods, you know?
But the thought was we're trying to still see if we find the here. So if we go,
I get that, you know.
So if we go skirt the south of the storm and go north, that would get us to the woods faster.
Now, curious, when the guy was telling you about about them getting loose, did they get loose from like around Okeechobee? Because if they did, and they were drawn towards the storm, then they wouldn't. It would be.
They'd potentially not be north. They'd be more south.
They'd more potentially be south than north. You know.
So the question would be: do we want to investigate more storm, or more path of by Okeechobee?
I don't think we asked Reese if where they escaped from or when they escaped, so we wouldn't know.
He did not say.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we're just guessing.
So then it could
Exactly.
be anywhere. Yeah. I think
The goblin in me just shouted, "Split the party!"
Would be the first, second, third, or last time.
and I am so
No.
glad that goblin has no control over Zakria.
Absolutely fucking not.
Whoa. Cause scared of that.
Personally, I would say we go across the storm to the fastest way to the forest. That's the way I would say.
To the north.
Mm-hmm. That's me personally, or Satur personally says that because if he was looking for where Sven would have went, I would have guessed he would have gone to the north side of the woods.
Yeah, because he would have exited from the bridge, and it would have been easiest to go from the north side.
Okay, with that in mind, that is a lot more logical, and I can, totally get behind that.
Aye, so that's the path. Then we shall go that way.
So, who's I'd like everyone actually to make a survival check, please.
Oh,
Yay!
Yay!
but
This is very opposite sides of the coin. Survival check. Aw, yay!
because I
Balance.
get -2, man.
Sorry, buddy.
Damn. Zakria's on fire tonight. 21.
Yeah,
21.
I got a 5.
Ooh.
22.
That 19 for me.
Okay. 19. All right. I should probably roll for Sam, I guess, because they want to help too. They have a -1. So, but I rolled decently, 13. So, not helping, not hurting. So it's not too shabby. So, as the afternoon fades into evening, you begin to see the outline of these, and which is strange because like it's the desert, so these tracks would have to be really fresh because otherwise, wind picks up and then they're gone. Heading towards the storm, you do catch these same footprints. about 3.5, 4 hours of travel later, heading directly into the storm.
So it's
We all see it as a group, or
Everyone but Rilo and Sam and Gus.
With my 21, can Zakria determine how fresh those footprints are?
Actually, everybody can. Considering it's the desert and a crosswind would remove these, it's pretty recent.
So we're not far at all.
Within minutes, probably.
All right.
We're right there. Do we want to take it? If
It's
we're minutes
risky.
Behind?
But
It's
you lose them as you kind of look into the storm. You lose them. You lose the prince completely.
oh, so it could just be fucking standing here and we don't know it. Because
Or
it's
it's inside the storm.
inside the storm.
Is there like a line for the storm wall?
It's there is a not quite a line, like the area that Rilo had Pepper search through had it wasn't like translucent, but it was somewhat see-through, but not quite. And it's as he mentioned, like a very like dirt devil in almost like complexion, if that makes sense. There's a word here that I'm missing that somewhere. If that makes sense. If that answers your question.
Yeah, so there's not like a line where it's like sand, and then there's a definitive line where it cuts.
Oh,
into
sir.
sand.
Oh, yeah. No. Well, it's all sand, even into the storm.
Right,
up
but it's
to-
not like in the cartoons where they have like a storm wall where it's like this is the line where it's day night,
Oh,
that type of thing.
not quite. Not quite.
Okay.
It's not as connected as that, I would say.
As a group, do we want to just maybe take 10 minutes and walk in, see if we see anything? Or do we want to just
My concern at this point is if we walk in and don't see anything, we have to immediately leave and that's it. My other concern then is if we walk in and do see something, a fight might summon the thing we're trying to avoid right now.
huh? What's going on?
Oh,
Right,
we've got
those-
tracks.
They're fresh, like now fresh.
Oh shit.
Which means we need to make a decision now. They go right into the storm and disappear. If we go in and don't see anything, we're fucked. If we go in and do see something, we're fucked. Unless we can do this fight as quietly as possible.
Hey, the last one only took a few seconds.
Yes, but weigh the benefits. Seriously, we're talking about like 2,000 gold versus,
And we're done.
versus potentially a lot more than that, and actually taking one of these things off the map.
You're saying to go take out Anaron's dad?
Yes.
It's bold. Are you sure?
I
You
think
sure
it's-
that?
I think it's the moral imperative right now. I think it's more beneficial for us because I think walking in that storm, most likely, we don't find it, or we do, and it's got lots of new buddies. That right there, that storm is chaos. As the ticking around Rilo starts to get very loud.
If that's what your gut says, I trust you, bud. Let's get moving.
Yeah.
It's so close. But okay.
Buffer?
All right.
Maybe if we make enough of a ruckus running away, it'll chase us. We'll find out.
At that point, Sam's like, I'm really good at that. If you need something to be loud about.
The only concern is if we're too loud, we're taking chaos to us.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
We need to move.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're gonna head back around. Gonna keep going. Fuck! Want to fight the fucking dragon?
Wow.
Jacob, will you hurry up and kill Mom already so I can bring my Chaos Goblin into this shit?
I'm trying. You won't go fight the dragon.
She's too practical for this shit,
you don't
man.
even know if it's a dragon. I don't even. Anywho.
We all know it's a dragon, Jacob. Shut the fuck up.
Perhaps that is true. Anyway, so daylight is close to ending at hand at this point, as you have gone back and forth, northeast, southwest. Are you traveling through the night?
Mom would force everybody to stop, even if they want to keep traveling, because she knows exhaustion can kill a soldier. So,
and it's about here where a familiar, newer but familiar voice peeks into your mind, Zachariah. So, was just checking in. How are things going? As the sending spell has been cast. Something very familiar to you. Typically a dragon, though. Much more threatening, typically. Any Behir catching?
is that Reese?
It is Reese.
Okay, cool. Zachariah is going to respond with, well, we found one. It didn't survive our encounter, unfortunately. But the stakes have changed. This has become far more dangerous. There is potentially a dragon in the vicinity. And that's all she'll say.
Okay. There is a small pause.
In that small pause, she's going to tell the party that Reese just contacted her.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that is unfortunate news. But safety first, I suppose. Were you able to recover anything?
She responds, we're able to recover the body. However, with the stakes having changed and our lives at great risk due to our proximity to the dragon, I don't think the agreed upon amount of gold is going to cut it. We were not expecting a dragon. She's going to continue after that brief pause with, if you want your carcass, you've got to up the ante, and just end it there.
There's about a minute of pause. What are you talking about? There's no time for renegotiation. My price is where it is. If you don't want to do the job, then don't do it.
We've already done the job, she responds. It's up to you if you want this carcass or not. If not, it's ours. Take it or leave it. I'm not asking a specific amount. Just up the ante, because our lives are at stake at this point.
1,000 gold.
1,000 gold more?
3,000 total. Take it or leave it.
For the one carcass we were able to grab?
Fine.
Deal. We'll see you as soon as our business is finished.
There's no response.
With everybody having kind of waiting after we've got a deal, Zakria just kind of smiles at the party. Quite well.
What?
How well?
So I basically explained to Reese that because there's a dragon in the vicinity, he's got up the ante. That for the
Okay.
one carcass we've got, we need more because our lives are in danger. We're getting 3,000 for the carcass. The one carcass.
You actually trust him to pay this?
We'll find out.
Right.
Do I trust much of anyone, Dante?
Oh, you trust them.
I trust Rilo and I trust Sator.
That's what I said. You trust them.
That's right.
Trust is earned.
You trust us?
I'm growing too.
Yes.
I totally trust you guys.
It's a
Take
slow go with this one. You'll get there.
Okay.
Even for you, Dante.
To be fair, Horace never earned it.
Who's Horace?
Yeah.
Old party member. Original peacekeeper.
Horace was complicated.
Good man.
Devin thought he earned it.
Complicated man.
Sad man.
I trust
Aye.
Devin. I still trust Devin.
Asshole. Anyway,
I miss Devin.
if he doesn't pay up,
Hey,
that's our carcass. We can
Hey,
sell it
listen.
for a very pretty penny.
I wonder what beer meat would be like on a grill.
Bugs are delicious. I'm sorry, Melora.
There's definitely a prissy like rude, even in horse form.
Yep. I was hoping the attitude don't change.
Oh, not at all. Absolutely not.
That's my
Just
sassy bitch.
Just a longer face. Still sass.
Your flicks.
Yep. No doubt about that. Oh my god, my fucking Zoom volume, bruh. Again, you suck. Anywho, so, but Zakria, you were mentioning your plans for the evening.
Yeah. Skria's gonna force everybody to rest, to relax, to take a second, take a knee, and I guess figure out a game plan, and then she's been meaning to speak with Rilo for a little bit. So whenever they've got a moment, if they're gonna have a watch together, she would prefer to have a watch with Rilo.
Okay. I assume, excuse me, it's Fortress time. Sit here.
Aye, we will put out the peacekeep
All right.
And
Peace, Kurt. That's a
have
shirt, by the
some-
way, Maddie.
Peace.
That's a fucking shirt.
Oh yeah.
So we
All right.
enjoy watch with on the top of the Peacekeep.
Sure. Sounds like a plan. So, who's first?
I guess
Rilo usually goes first because he doesn't like to be woken up. From what I remember.
And before I go to sleep, I usually talk to Dave and stuff. And Dave, you know, he's like a really busy guy and he goes to bed kind of early sometimes. So, yeah, try to get that in a little early. Yeah, which will probably be what I start with on the watch. And then, yeah, so that Dave can, like, get to bed. And I won't keep him too long, you know, because, yeah, he's had a really rough week. You know, he got everyone all mad at him for, like, you know, sending me to, like, some weird place because of the deck of many things. He's still really, really hurt over that. Yeah.
Gus will say, we'll try to get Sam to be a bit more of an early riser. So we'll take a last watch.
Good luck, man.
Do we have to? Come on. He like just grabs and drags Sam to yay old worst case room. Night, Rello.
Night, guys.
Hey, Nick, Sam, and Gus.
Night, Satir. Night, Dante. Night, Zakria.
Good night. Sleep well.
Night,
Rilo.
Horse wherever you are. Who do we need to? Night, Horse. Night, House.
And Melora.
Fortress. Night, Fortress.
Oh,
Melora. That's
horse.
right. I didn't know the horse's name.
That was Melora. And
Good night, moon.
We don't have any horse.
Good night, stars.
Oh,
That is so
Pepper.
Sam.
Pepper.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm so sorry. He's like saying this, trailing off into the room.
Oh.
And even the door closed, you still hear it, and then he opens the door. Oh my god! I'm so sorry. I forgot about Pepper. Good night, Pepper.
Oh, and Aaron, I guess.
Oh yeah. Good night, Aaron. Okay. Close the door.
Okay, we'll head up to the top.
All right.
Before Rilo goes, Zakria's gonna say, I'm taking watch after you, just wake me up.
Okay. Wait,
I thought
Oh,
you
we-
were doing the buddy
I
system.
thought we were doing the buddy system.
Oh, then I'll take watch with you. Let's go.
Oh, okay, cool. Is it okay if I talk to Dave for a little bit on the start, and then, you know, it won't be long.
It's fine. I can spend that time talking to Melora.
Oh, cool. Is Melora coming up with us? Are you gonna
Yeah.
do it from like? Are you gonna do it from like a distance?
How
Oh,
you gonna get a horse up?
I mean Melora, my goddess,
Oh,
not Melora, my beetle slash horse slash
Wow.
lizard.
I
My
totally
not
forgot
Melora,
about
my
that.
friend.
And I'm totally proficient in religion as well. Huh.
Samesies. And I fucked it up.
That's okay.
Jacob's like, how are you gonna get a horse upstairs?
Like,
Seems like a very drunk question, by the way.
How are you gonna get horses? Yes.
it's very
There's
I
a
mean-
horse in
Oh,
the
I have
hospital.
2 of these. Anyway,
But why? See, it's confusing. You know, like it'd be really confusing if like I would have named my pseudo dragon Dave.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
She wasn't expecting her beetle to become her steed. She just named her pet for her goddess. And then magic happened.
That makes sense.
Thank you, Jacob. Magic happened.
Kind DM when I want to be.
Huh.
Find DM hashtag all the time.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for this TPK for so long. It's 31 episodes, Jacob. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you over me. Deleting the dungeon that I made for you.
Fuck!
Again.
Fuck!
Again.
Flips all her
I'm
dice.
gonna clip that because that's to steal a phrase from someone I love dearly. My frustration is hilarious.
I ruined everything. Okay, continue.
It's totally cool. So, as your watch begins.
Yeah. Okay. Just get my astral celestial connection. It's like good thoughts, good thoughts, good thoughts, happy thoughts. Hi, Dave. Hi, Dave. Yeah. So, it's Rilo, of course, because like who else would be calling you at this hour? But anyway, like, it's been a fun day, I guess. We did eat at a really good restaurant. That was great. And then, wait, did we sleep after that? I don't know. No. Did we?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Oh, we did. Oh my God, I totally forgot about that. Oh, right. We've just been like in the desert all day. Okay, that was cool. We fought a here, and this time I wasn't the dinner. It was Dante's dinner, and that was dope. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm like, is there anything I should be like? I'm normally very trusting and open people and stuff. And I don't know if it's because I miss Devin so much, and like this new guy showed up just like right after Devin left. But I'm having a hard time with Dante. Like, it's very critical. Like all the time. And I don't know. He seems to mean well, but I don't know. I think I just miss Devin. I know he had to leave. Stupid. Oh well.
Hey man, I haven't been here in such a long time. I am so sorry. I've been so way wicked busy, bro. But what did I pop in and say what's up?
Whoa.
How are things?
Dude,
I mean, you just told me about half of it, but like, I wanted to surprise you.
it's been so long since I've heard your voice, man.
Yeah, man. So sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
That's a really wild stuff, huh?
Yeah, lots of wild stuff. Did you? Oh my God, did you see that dragon fight?
No. Why don't you tell me more about it, bro?
Oh my God. Okay, I really want to, but like okay, so I'll tell you. It was really cool because like he was so smart, like. Because we've got like a barbarian, and we've got a paladin, and we've got this druid that turns into a T-Rex, and the dragon was just like nah, son, I'm gonna fly, and nerfed them all. And oh my god,
Whoa.
it was ridiculous. So like I was just like pow 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 pow, and then like Whir was like wow wow wow.
You were
wow,
pow,
wow.
pow, 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 pow? Like 6
Dude,
pows?
So many pows, man.
That's amazing.
And yeah, I felt really good after that. Like
Yeah?
yeah.
I could feel that. Like in here.
And you know what? I felt
What?
so good about that I really think that this black dragon that is the father of that Heron.
Oh,
Like,
right. Yeah.
I feel like we could really take that guy out.
You're going to kill a dragon?
Hell yeah.
That is unreal, man.
It's either we kill him or die
Yeah.
trying. But I'm ready for it.
Preferably not the second one.
Well, hopefully, like, you know, when it's time for that, you'll be watching and stuff, and maybe looking over my shoulder and making sure that I don't die.
That would be super disappointing. For
So,
real.
like, maybe I'll call and stuff like that before we get into battle, so that maybe
Okay.
there's a chance that you could just kind of like, you know, like be near and stuff. At least, you know, within earshot and stuff. So
Here's the thing, Rilo.
I don't know.
I'm always near, except for when I'm not.
Right. I get that. Okay. Do you have a choice in that matter?
Sometimes.
Okay. That's
But
fair.
mostly, that depends on you. Because remember, sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes you go to hell and stuff. Again, so sorry. Don't forget to tell your friends. I super duper apologize about that.
Yeah, I know.
It seemed like such a cool prank at the time, and then wha-bam! You were in hell. Whoa.
Whoops. Who was that guy?
Literally, right. My bad, but we fixed it. It's
Dave,
cool.
Dave.
Yeah.
That guy
Rilo.
wasn't my dad, right?
Man, that's weird. I have another call coming in.
Awesome. Okay, I'm done talking to Dave's Creo.
The whole time during all that, Zachary is just meditating, just taking her time. She set out little trinkets from home. Like, it's the weirdest shit. It's like a weirdly twisted stick, a scrap of cloth, and like this off-colored sand. She's just got it out in front of her, and she's quietly looking at it while praying to her goddess. Just give me strength, give me patience, give me a lot of that, please. Give me guidance would be really nice.
There's a small wiggling from inside your armor. Should I be here for this?
I would argue you can be wherever you want, so long as you don't get yourself into trouble.
All right, cool. Because this is weird. Flies up and downstairs.
Okay. Give me more patience than I asked for originally, please.
I need an extra scoop of patience, please.
It fits.
I need to give me a shot of patience, but make it a triple.
They call that whiskey, definitely.
Oh, if there's a whiskey called Patience, that's Chris' favorite.
I think
Yeah.
we have
DM
the
will make
bottle
a note.
name.
She She's just gonna ask for some guidance, think on some old things, and before Rilo's done, she's gonna write 2 letters.
Okay.
She's writing one with the current events of everything that's happened as honestly as possible to the king.
Cool.
It's going to include, from the king's departure, everything we've encountered thus far, including the threat and the dragon in the storm potential dragon in the desert. And their current mission. She's going to omit finding Sven. Just saying we are going to the swamps to harvest mushrooms after doing some, because we need cash. That's what she's going to say. We need cash. We're going to the swamps to get mushrooms after killing a
That's
Bahir.
amazing.
She's just going to try to be as forthright as possible without being like, yeah, we're going to try to find Sven because you banished him and we don't fucking know why, and we're trying to figure that out.
And also, we're broke because you're not paying us.
Yes. We're broke, you're not paying us, we understand because we didn't tell you we were leaving. Sorry about that. And it's very sorry, Dad.
Amazing.
So that's the first letter. Signed, sealed, not delivered because she doesn't know how exactly to get it there at this moment, but when she can find a way to deliver it, she will do so.
Okay.
Also, she's writing a letter to her assistant, her now warden of the prison that she used to work at, and basically a checkup because she hasn't heard from him, and she wouldn't admit to anybody else, but she can admit to herself at least that she misses him. He is very much like a son to her, so she's just sending him a check-in, and then she's gonna try to leave a very cryptic, like, shit's weird, be careful type of message, without it being so like blatantly obvious. Like something they probably would have told each other in confidence, just to be like, hey, if I ever say this to you, you know, shit's up.
Interesting. Okay.
So she's going to send that type of message to him. Also doesn't know how to send that, but they're written and she feels better about having gotten that down. And the moment we get to Okeechobee, she's going to get a courier.
Let's send it up.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. No problem.
For finally, when Rylo's done talking with Dave, have you been? Is that ticking still there?
I was doing okay until I just asked Dave a question. He disappeared real quick. And I think he answered the question.
Gods are like that sometimes. To be fair, Melora literally never gives me a straight answer. If I ask a question, she responds with wind. And I have to interpret that somehow, and I'm not always right, and that's okay. I learn just by asking generally. But at least your god talks to you.
Oh, right.
From what I understand.
The god thing. Okay, because I was just going to say, you could cast Speak with Animals and really...
Oh my goddess.
But, okay, yeah, that still confuses me sometimes.
Sorry.
Oh, but also, like Dave's not a god and stuff. He is just like an angel.
Well, that explains why he can speak to you.
Oh, yeah. He's like not like a deity and stuff like that I, pay homage to and stuff. Like, he's my patron, and like I'm his bitch essentially. So you know,
Okay.
or like he's like my sugar daddy or something like that. You know, kind of, yeah, warlocks, man. But anyway,
Sure.
I think that devil demon guy I spoke to in hell might have been my dad.
Sorry to interrupt. I think the stream froze.
Oh no!
What?
How long ago?
I think just a few minutes ago. I don't know.
God damn! Oh, prison that she used to work at, basically a checkup. So according on
Yeah,
the
in
screen,
the middle of your letters.
there it is. It did, and not too long ago. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Why does this keep happening? I
Good question.
don't know. So I guess what I'm gonna have to do is, force, murder my OBS again, and
Okay.
pop back in. So we'll be right back.
Hang tight.
I've been there too.
Okay. Let's see. Is this... There we go. Okay.
Hey, we're back in the cut.
Buttholes!
What up, buttholes? So, we were talking about
Oh. Okay.
a warlock patron.
Did they at least hear what we said?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
yeah. We don't have to repeat anything.
Cool. So yeah, like, so that, yeah, that guy might have been my dad, but I don't think he was was he Horace's patron too? I think I need to ask Dave. That's the full answer. Anyway, what's up, Zakria?
I've been kind of hiding from the king that I do magic for a kind of the longest time ever. And I don't know how I fucking feel about that. And considering you've been teaching me some stuff,
Yeah.
I was pretty useless in that dragon fight. And I never had a moment to stop and talk and apologize for that.
Wait, like, that's right, the king was watching, so...
When the dragon flew up, I was useless until it struck me, and then I got mad, and I do that thing that you do, that angry magic flare.
Ah! Yes.
Or, I don't know what you call it, hellish...
Rebuke.
That. I did that.
I don't even know what that word means, but...
I don't know how I did it, so we're 2 for 2.
Well... Yeah, it kind
I mean, he's got to know I do magic. Look at me.
Yeah.
But
Here's the thing about the king. Like... I think that the king that you like pledged allegiance to is a different person than the king that we saw in Okeechobee or in the ball. At the ball. Yeah, at the ball. Like either it's different person or something, or he's just different than he was, you know, like honestly. And I don't know if it's like nefarious kind of thing, like where like this is like some evil like thing that's like coming to, you know, take over kind of thing, or if it's just like he's just different. I wouldn't hide it because like you're you're not your complete self. And you can't do your job like for this king, you know, and everything, all the stuff without being your complete self. I think the king knows this.
That's the funny part. I have been. I was damn good at my job without anybody knowing I did magic.
But you're not your complete self.
I get that.
And
But until I have complete proof that this isn't my king, as weird as he's acting, it's not something I can break. I need definitive proof.
okay.
But until then, I'm a woman of my word, and if he asks me to jump, I've got to say how high.
You know, there's this thing that I learned, you know, from my my natural like magic abilities and stuff like that, that kind of manifests in weird clockwork stuff now for some reason. But maybe, you know, like if we practice over time and stuff like that, I might be able to help you kind of learn some stuff and you know, and like maybe in a couple levels, you know, you might be able to like do subtle spell or something, you know, like when you get another ability score increase. I don't know.
Jacob's like, no, fuck that shit.
Well, like what I'm saying is like, you know, in a couple levels, like, because I'm like going to teach you over time, and maybe in a couple levels, you take the meta magic feat, you know, adept feat, when you get your at 12th level kind of thing. You know, it's sort of meta, sort of not. Anyway, but you know, because like when we were fighting that Bahir, right? You know, like it casts spells, and I don't know how like well his brain works, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, that thing is there and my friends are like far away from it. You know, I can actually pop a fireball like right on it. But what if it sees that I'm casting this spell? You know, like it hears me and it sees the things. And then it realizes what I'm doing and it counters it, right? I've learned this thing where I can like cast the spell without doing all the things that like shows it off, you know? And it's like subtly casting the spell, you know? And it's like near impossible to counter that, you know? So what I'm saying is that if you learn something like that, if you learn a trick like that, then when you're in a battle with the king watching and you want to like blast it with a spell, you can do it and the king would never know. You know what I mean?
I get it. The way I've been sort of handling that is just I've got a holy weapon. That's kind of how I've been masking.
How does the king feel about divine magic?
I don't understand or know how he feels about magic generally, other than magic bad. I don't ask questions. It's probably what made me so, I guess, likable.
Has anyone asked these questions? Like, do people just like just go with the flow and stuff? Like, everyone just goes with what the king says. Like,
Not the queen.
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense.
But we haven't been able to speak with her, and I don't know how long. And frankly, I'm worried.
Oh, that's fair.
Devin was worried too. I can't take anything he said with a grain of salt. He's seen what he's seen, and he told us in confidence. We went out to rescue her, and we are peacekeepers because we managed to rescue her without killing too many, because we wanted to find out if negotiations could be had without bloodshed.
Right.
And then I guess everything got fucked because people didn't like that. I'm not sure exactly where the shift happened, but because there's no war anymore, some people are pissed off. We've got people preaching in the streets that we're not actually peacekeepers for some unknown reason. To sow chaos? I don't know. We never actually found out about the CNBC. We never took any time to do that, and I regret doing that.
Yeah. Funny that, like, problems seem to, like, multiply and stuff like that, and there's rarely any time to, like, actually fix any of them, before, like, there's, like, a lot more.
Well,
yeah.
I feel like so far we've been choosing the problems that aren't us-centered. For example, CNBC was targeting us specifically.
Yeah.
And by proxy, the people of that city, of Duvalia. With us leaving, I'm not sure if the city is safer or not, but since that was an us problem, we removed ourselves from the equation and assumed things would go back to the way they were if we weren't there. It's not the best solution, but it's also the one that hurts the fewest. It had everything to do with us. It was centered around us, and we left because, frankly, I really don't give a shit what people think about me. I never have. I just...
Except for the king.
Right. The king and my dad. It's rough picking other people's problems over your own. For some, it's the easiest way to get away from mine.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I just wanted to apologize for being so useless in that fight. I don't expect we'll be fighting in front of the king anytime soon, but that's probably an oyster I'll have to crack, because I don't want to hide it, but I also don't know how I feel about losing my job about it. It's already not my job. I don't want to lose my home. I worked hard for that. Very hard.
Okay. That's fair. First, let me say, you don't have anything to apologize for. Because honestly, like, everything that happened in that battle and stuff like that, it ended up, like, thrusting a lot of the responsibility of the execution of this thing into my shoulders. And before that fight, I would argue that I haven't made a whole lot of contributions when it comes to battles and killing things and stuff.
Are you kidding?
because a lot of times, I mean, I might take out a little thing here and a little thing there, or something like that, little thing, but then I get eaten, or I get like felled, or I am, almost dead, or something. So,
Again, I ask, are you kidding?
but
Between you and Pepper, you're clutch.
but it was like I realized, like, you know what? There's like, if I can do that much, if I can affect that much, that's amazing, and I feel confident. And that's the thing, like, if you're not able to, and Satur's not able to, and Dante's not able to, such like that, I am great. We can still be victorious. Like, we all pick up the slack for each other, kind of thing, like, that's why we're a team. That's why we adventure together and stuff, It's not just because, like, we, like, want to have people to talk to and have wonderful conversations with and stuff like that. It's, because, like, you're stronger when you're in a group and everything, so it's not, you don't ever have to apologize. Just like, you wouldn't expect me to apologize for getting eaten by that Bahir that time, so I don't know. And then, like, whoa, I just totally forgot the second point I was gonna make. Cool. I guess it wasn't that important. You're fine. We're fine. It's all good, We all kick ass different days,
Yeah.
Like yesterday, it was totally you and Satur, just like balling it out, especially Satur. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And then today, it was Dante, like just like rah, 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 massively eating a whole Bahir.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all good.
I wish there was an easier solution to all of this, though. Don't we all?
But that would be so boring.
Would it?
Yeah. It would.
Just a moment of peace wouldn't be so terrible.
Yeah, I get that, but
Not much peace to keep.
no, you ever you worked in that prison for a really long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you ever think about, like, the lives of, like, the people that are in that prison?
All the time.
And, like, the immense amounts of boring that it is, like, just like day after day after day after day after day after day after day of just like being this little cell.
I wouldn't call that boring. They've found ways to make my time entertaining. And their time.
Yeah, but it doesn't even compare to, like, the kinds of things that we're able to do, going about traveling to different places and seeing all these different things and experiencing all this different, like, food, culture, and all this stuff, right? Like, we get to do and we get to choose, and a life like that, just being stuck, it's boring. It's awful.
Here's the thing. I got as far as I did not asking questions. Doing as I'm told, keeping my magic in check, whatever have you. Far became warden. I'm sitting pretty. That doesn't mean no questions were ever asked. So many people in that prison. You don't ever... There's not a moment that goes by that somebody doesn't get curious. That rumors don't start. That a guard interested in why someone seemingly so demure is here in our little lone section of hell in Duvalia. They ask questions and they get answers that they don't want. It's from the very start of my position, I had to question why every single person was in their cell. Question and wonder and worry. Because I can't do shit about it. I'm there to keep them, to hold out their sentence, and to dish out punishment, should anybody step out of line. That's it. Not a day doesn't go by where I don't consider that maybe over a quarter of them are in that prison simply for existing. And as much as I loved my job, because damn, does it make you feel powerful to have that many people afraid of you. As much as I love that job, I don't think it should exist. I'd rather it be a reformation program. I'd rather it be a stronger, more just judicial system. Not based in race, not based in magical prowess, not based in hate. But that's not my call. I entered the system to change it and then became the system, and it doesn't feel great. And I will probably be atoning for every single fucking thing that I ever do for as long as I live. But I'm a peacekeeper now. And I'm hoping that'll change.
Yeah. I think your God knows. You know? And because, you wouldn't be able to like do all that fancy stuff. So, yeah, I'm just saying that, like, all this stuff that happens around us and everything like that, it is chaos. It's crazy, but like, I've been on the other side of the hectic and the chaotic and all that stuff, and just when you're alone with nothing for such a long time, this is boring.
You're very right. Spent a lot of my time alone after I left.
So, I'm grateful that we get to do all this stuff and that we have each other and get to experience all these cool things. Like, in the last 2 weeks, we've grown a lot. We've learned
Yeah,
a
kind of.
lot.
Kind of a lot. Yeah.
In just like 2 weeks' time. That's crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this just doesn't happen normally, you know? Like,
Oh yeah, I blame the charity streams. Had to get you, Jacob.
I don't
I'm
know
over
what
here in
that,
my emotions. Leave me alone.
I don't know what you mean by that. But you know, like,
It's a druidic thing.
oh, okay. I thought it had something to do with that weird trip I took. But I don't know. I'm just like, and I should probably just thank you, because all this totally took my mind off of that weird, conversation I had with my patron. And I'm kind of relieved that, like, you're not like, that we're not like having this like weird conversation about all that ticking that I've been hearing and stuff. Because I was like kind of worried that you're gonna be like, you know, like tripping out about that and stuff.
To be 100% forthright with you, I'm super fucking worried about it. But I feel like me worrying isn't gonna help you.
Okay. Well, I
So-
appreciate your honesty.
I've got to just keep it in check, because you have parents. It's one of those things where you kind of feel when your parent is worried, and then it changes the air of the entire room, and now everybody's got to be worried, and it's a mess. So if you feel like you're not in danger or in any sort of duress due to whatever ticking is happening to you, then I will keep my worry in check.
Honestly, everything around me since before I could remember, was always very out of control. Completely out of control. Out of my control. And you know, I was just really never able to affect things around me. At least not in a way that seemed to be constructive or even really helpful. And something is, I think, I don't know, is after, you know, I've been around these, I don't remember my character's age, but, you know, it kind of came to a head where I needed structure. I needed order. I needed less chaos. I needed the buddy system. You know?
Oh, I felt that before.
And honestly, it was very, it all started with that ticking that I started hearing the day I arrived in Duvalia. And met you all, met Wur, and slowly over the last couple weeks it got louder and louder.
In your talk with Dave, did you ask him what it could mean?
Yeah.
Would he answer?
I haven't actually asked Dave about it at all.
Hmm.
I'm kind of... I kind of figured that once it all got to the point where everyone around me could hear it, that he would bring it up. Or something. But I don't know why I never mentioned it to him.
Well, that's for you to decide. I feel like everything that's happened over the past 2 weeks is making me realize that there's a lot of shit that I probably should have been paying attention to in my past.
That's fair.
I don't know who my mother is. I've never met her. Ever.
Huh.
Rilo, my father doesn't look almost anything like me.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
He's like this handsome, tan-skinned man with these golden locks, and he's always been the happiest man I've ever known. I don't know why I speak Celestial. I don't know why I left the caravan. I know how to caravan. I'd done it for 7 years. I knew how to hole up. I knew how to survive. I knew how to pass the time. I wasn't the only kid in the caravan, but only one that looked like me, at least. What the hell do druids want with a little bouncing baby ball of fire?
Yeah. The same thing that a couple of halflings wanted with a little ball of fire.
These aren't questions I ever thought I wanted the answer to, but Rilo, I think I want to try to find my dad.
Okay.
I need answers. I need to know why the fuck I'm on this path. Maybe if I go back, I can go forward.
Do you think the answers lie with your father?
Could. I chose divinity. Actively. I sought it out. When Druidry couldn't come to me, I chose divinity. Because knowing the land and loving the land is all I'd known. But approval from my goddess to do what the druids do was never granted. And I need to know if that has anything to do with whatever the hell happened with my father, or maybe the mother I don't know about. Just, I need to know that it's not in my past before I start seeking it out in my future. Because, God, what if there's a curse? I have no idea if my family's even cursed. I don't.
You know, well, I mean, these are
This
all
never used to stress me out.
these are all valid questions. But there are a lot of different ways to find the answers that you seek. You know, maybe there's something a little easier.
Easy's never exactly been our forte as much as we want it.
I know, but it's a dream.
We can dream.
Yeah, we can dream. Yeah. And if you really want a dad, you can take mine. And I'm not talking about like the weird revelation I just had that like that demon guy might be my father, but like my dad, the halfling, Mr. Rumblebelly, yeah, everybody. He's a piece of work.
Well, from what I remember of my father, mine is pretty great.
Oh.
I don't like asking for help, Rilo.
You don't have to ask for help. Because I'm just going to give it.
I appreciate that. It's a Band-Aid I didn't want to rip off.
I get that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I've never been this close to anybody in my life.
Didn't expect to find a kindred spirit in you.
Samesies.
Closest to a kid I ever thought I'd get.
Though I do not think of you like a mom.
Sure.
Like mainly because like my mom like is like one of those people that like bakes like confectionaries all day and stuff and is like super jolly. Like, oh my gosh, this lady's always laughing and just like, yeah.
Closest I got to a mom were the elves of the druidic tribe.
Oh.
They weren't
Yeah.
not exactly the same.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I don't.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, Rilo. We should probably actually be keeping lookout now.
What?
As you look around, the first thing you notice is the countless stars staring back at you during this conversation. And the far off moon in the sky. And then there's a small dark shape for a second. And then it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And you hear this like small whistle on the wind as you see the outline of a small paper bird descend into the tower. Dante. There is a
paper bird that slides underneath your door. Lands on your desk.
Odd. He'll open it up.
There you go. You immediately see the insignia and seal of King Jacob Duvalia. Hello, Dante. Pleasure to make your acquaintance once again. I have a proposition for you. And that is where we'll pick up next episode.
I don't like it, Jacob. I don't like it.
Also, Rilo and Zakuria take inspiration for that wonderful scene.
Oh, thanks.
It was
You're
wonderful.
welcome. It was wonderful. I almost cried like twice. It was so nice. So, whew, I was not expecting that. That was amazing. So, as always, thank you all so much for being here. Maria, thank you for the raid. If you're still hanging out, really, really appreciate you. Welcome, man. You popped in at a amazing time. That, my friends, was episode 31 of Duval Dragons. We'll be back here in 2 weeks, but there's many others happening between now and then, as these fine folks will tell you. Starting with Maddie, the birthday boy.
Hey.
Birthday boy.
Hey fam. I'm 45. And yeah, I'm Maddie, aka SoMattyGameZ. I use he, him pronouns, and I am the dumbass who, is named, this channel is named, I'm the, yeah. So, let's see. We have a lot of stuff going on right here on the SoMattyGameZ channel. We play a lot of games. So many games at SoMattyGameZ. That,
Boom.
yeah, baby.
Take that. Inspiration has just been deleted. No.
There it is. Oh, wow. Worth it. Okay, so because of the psychic damage that I inflict on Jacob almost every stream.
Yep.
But anyway, so tomorrow we have more D&D. Tuesday we have more D&D. Wednesday we have more D&D. It's a lot of D&D this week. With we have Doctor Where the Fuck, we have Ravenloft, King of Ravens, and we have Dragonlance Legacy of Chaos. So come on and tune in for all the dungeons and draganigans. As we do right here. And then there will be Thursday, more Colic Thursday. So and then of course, like I am a graphic artist. I make overlays and transitions and opening sequences and all this stuff. You can see my portfolio at SoMattyGames.work, and you can hire me direct at Ko-fi.com/Matty. You can also buy a lot of really cool merch from a lot of really cool folks over at So Nerdwear. It's what the nerds wear, and yeah, it's great. We've got some new products that'll be flown in as our Tumblr. Our Tumblrs our availability is growing.
What is that? I don't even know what that is. What is that, Jess?
It's a notebook.
I didn't know you made notebooks with Duval Dragons, Maddie.
I made it because Jess asked for it.
Ah, touche.
There
I
are
got it.
there's a
Sorry to
lot of
interrupt,
merch
but
in
I
that
about
shop
peed myself.
because somebody asks me to make it.
That's fair.
And I'm like, okay, sure. like the new boxers and ladies briefs that have the word thick on the butt.
Ooh.
With like 3 or 4 C's. So yeah, somebody asked for it. I made it, so they could buy it. I was like, sure, why not? But we've got like some new tumblers going in and stuff like that here pretty soon. And a couple other things. I may have finally found keychains again, which I'm really excited about because, anyway. So go check it out. We have a lot of stuff and it's really cool and it's all community made. Keep your money local. And then our next Helping Hard Hands will be in just under 4 weeks. April 8th, Friday, from noon Pacific to 1:30 a.m. We're going to have, again, 4 games in the chat show. We're going to, and I guess, this is like the first time I'm announcing the actual lineup. So our game 1 is going to be run by DM Kate, aka Argon Kitten. It's going to be running the Kids on Bikes, Dads on Mowers game. Then game 2 is going to be run by GM Zan, aka Covered in Sawdust, and they're running a Numenera one-shot. We're going to have a charity chat show called So Live with Elsa and Ryan.
Oh God.
Yeah. So Elsa and Ryan are co-hosting our charity chat on April 8th, and they've got a big panel of guests there. Then our game 3 is going to be the Adorables Go to Tal'Dorei. Too adorable, too much chaos.
Can't wait to explain Rilo Sam and Gus disappearing in the middle of probably the woods of Chihak.
Yeah. So, and because it's 2, there's 2 characters from, all the games that are going to be appearing. So everyone's bringing a buddy. And this all stems from the fact that Sam and Gus somehow figured out to summon Rilo.
They're the kings of the buddy system.
So now we're going to have Ryan involved in the game. We're going to have Cyrus involved in the game.
Yeah.
As Articia is bringing Fenrock along. Whether
That's so exciting.
He wants
Just
to
didn't know that. Cool.
I didn't know. I love it.
And Dew is bringing Mahel, and Wilnan is bringing Steven.
That's a fucking
my
lineup. God damn.
You're not going to be able to DM at all.
I'm going to be playing Garen, Rilo, and all of the Stevens. So there's that. And then our fourth game.
Do I need a third character?
And then our fourth game is going to be, supposed to be Call of Cthulhu with Ryan. I'm going to talk to Ryan because I want to see if we can do the makeup game for the game that we had to cancel the other night, which was a really cool D&D game that Ryan was running where we're all retirees and we all have age disability, not disabilities. We have age disadvantages, essentially. Things that, like my paladin with arthritis. So, definitely want to do that and everything. So, yeah. So that'll be April 8th. And, the other day we raised over $1,200 in one day, which is banana pants.
It's hella banana pants.
This community is beautiful and fuck.
Flat amazing is what it is. Flat amazing.
I don't even I don't even know how this stuff happens, man.
You have a kick-ass community, Maddie. I just thought you should know.
That's literally why it happens. Just saying.
I don't have. I'm a part
You've
of.
built.
I don't know. I laid a foundation. That's all I did. Foundation.
Thank you for laying it down, Maddie.
You're welcome. I don't know how to say that.
So,
Yeah.
the man that I've been waiting to send a paper bird to for several sessions, Jeremy.
Hi everybody, I'm Jer, better known as Darth and Trigger everywhere except for Twitch, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. I've been your T-Rex Druid Dante. I'll be back Tuesday night to run Ravenloft King of Ravens, episode 4, Lines in the Sand. And you can of course find me here for Duval Dragons every other Sunday.
Yes, indeed. Chris, the man that I am going a scene to. Because I was going to go to him first. And then I ADD'd and sent the paper bird. Chris, what's up?
That's all right. Hey, everybody. I'm Chris. You can find me on the Twitters at Chris N. My link tree is over there in the chats here in about 2 seconds. And then you can find me at badlandsdnd.com, where we're trying to do all the good things up here in Montana. Hopefully you guys are going to be available. If anyone's available to come see me over Labor Day, you can come visit me at my con that we're setting up. Like our 7th year in a row or something like that. 6th year in a row. Something.
Incredible.
Yeah. Pretty nuts for something that never, nothing in this area. Then all of a sudden I said, yeah, we're going to do it. Let's go. But yeah, I'm here every other Sunday with these wonderful crazy nuts that we all are together with. And yeah, thanks everybody. I love this group.
Your and ours favorite butthole, the cartographer of Duval Dragons, that I was going to give a map of Kato to, but then a volcano hit it. Jess?
In the future, like 400 years in the future.
Fuck! Give it to me anyway.
I am.
Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It's me. I'm Jess from FreckleSketches everywhere. You can find me here. 3 days a week. Every other Sunday, every other Tuesday, and every other Wednesday. I am part of Duval Dragons, as you just saw. I am part of Ravenloft King of Ravens as my new character, Liar. I'm excited for them to get into some shenanigans. And I'm also part of Dragonlance Legacy of Chaos as sweet little idiot being Articia. She's very excited to be in another Adorables one-shot. She's going to make even more friends. And oh, geez. Shit's going to hit the wall.
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez. Otherwise, I was taking a short hiatus from streaming due to IRL shows happening, but I am streaming on my own channel. I stream cartography and video games with my 2 best buds in the entire world, my buddy Sam and my husband, Nate. We streamed on twitch.tv/FreckleSketches. Right now, Nate is streaming, well, not right now, but every Tuesday, Nate streams Oxygen Not Included at 7 p.m. EST. Then Sam streams every Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. He's playing Katamari Damacy Reroll. And every other Sunday, typically before Duval and Dragons, I stream some cartography. Right now I'm working on a very, very hush-hush piece, so I can't stream cartography at the mo. However, I do have a piece I want to get started live on stream that is going to be for a very, very secret special someone. But I'm keeping that hush-hush too, so don't tell them, okay? All right. That's me. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. If it's FreckleSketches, it's probably me. Drop by, say hi. Commissions are currently closed. However, if you subscribe, you get the first know-how or first look into when I'm going to be reopening commissions. So get over there to my Twitch, subscribe to twitch.tv/FreckleSketches, and be the first to know.
Thanks.
Fantastic.
I'm gonna
I love
do
you.
that right now.
Love you. Wow, what an episode! I am blown away. Lots of cool shit happening. Anyway, my name is Jacob Blake, Duval King Jacob on the internet. I am the Duvalian dungeon master of ceremonies up in this bitch, and it is a pleasure to do this every 2 weeks. But I'm also doing a lot of other stuff. I'm the co-founder. I'm a co-founder of the Amphitheater, where we run every Tuesday. Right before Ravenloft times, you literally a 5-year Ravenloft story, so you should come check that out. Episode 8 is this Tuesday. Oh my god, I have so much to do. Yeah, that I just hit about the halfway point of that series, so that was a good time to hop in. It's also on YouTube if you would like to check that out as well and give us a sub and stuff. But also, I'm a cast member for Outcast and Outclassed Pathfinder 2e, a actual play on Waffle Evil Syrup. And I play Hideaki, a Kitsune summoner with a Copper Dragon Needle on. And shit's been pretty whack over there, so you should check that out too. And of course, on the opposite Sundays, I'm Professor Eisenoff. And that's super fun. She is not adorable, but she's smarter than you, and she knows it. Oops. So you should come and hang out with us on the episode Sundays as well.
She's not smarter than Garen.
That is not. That's because you just got a wish. Fuck off.
Yes.
Actually, she's only. You were. Garen is smarter than her.
Garen's got 24 now.
So awful. What the hell, man?
That's
Anyway.
pretty dope.
That's happened because of 2 different deck pulls, right?
2 different deck shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Some of the stuff that we did
You're
weren't
data.
technical deck pulls. So
You're welcome indeed.
That's
But yeah, there's also a bunch of other stuff. Give me a follow and stuff and see what I'm yelling about on the internet. Lastly, but not leastly, a reminder to all of you that Black Lives Matter and that trans rights are human rights, and that to stop Asian hate. And you are not alone because we care about you and are glad that you exist. So, with that, Maddie, who the hell we raiding, bro?
Well, we are going to. Okay, we did Spook last time, so we're gonna go raid JB this time.
Oh, cool! What's JB up to, I wonder?
But I was just going down and subscribing to FreckleSketches and the Amphitheater, so
Thanks,
you
buddy.
can too. So hit it, don't quit it, as you do. And we're going to raid our friend JB at KC Caffeine Gaming here shortly.
Yay!
I just have to get back to that part of the screen,
Not a problem.
because I was
In the meanwhile, and in between while,
subscribed.
thank you again. Have a good rest of your night. And
Buttholes.
maybe you drop a Duval in Jay's chat or something.
And
He's been here.
At least one, maybe 2.
Yeah. Maybe
all the
7.
Duvals. And go.